inactivity serves no purpose whatsoever.
What is this? Classic. Okay, I'll try that one first. Hello, hello, hello. Hello, hello, hello. Excellent. That all checks out. Okay. Ugh. Getting settled in here.
All the world holds dear is but a backdrop of constant motion. I stand before it, alone and unchanging.
So, here's what we're doing. I have a whole bunch of world quests that I want to get done, and I can't find out where they are. I mean, I can go to the internet and find out, but it just feels like cheating. So, there's some areas I want to explore that I really like, but I don't want to explore them too much if I'm going to just be doing story quests in them anyway. Plus, one of them I think I need to, I think would be easier. No, there's 3 areas. 2 of them will be easier if I can get rid of the problem that they have, and I need to finish story quest for that. So, here's where I'm at. These are all the story quests that I'm trying to find. The last one I did, I looked up, I'm like, oh, just go over to this city. I'm like, great, I'm not going to discover the whole of Inazuma wandering aimlessly just to find. So then I looked up the next one, which was this one, and it said I had to finish a story quest. I'm like, okay, well, fuck. If I gotta finish story quest to unlock them, I might as well just do all the Inazuma story quests that I have available. So that's what we're doing. So anybody here that I know from Inazuma, like this one I need to do to unlock the fertilizer quest, and then chapter 2 of right in there. No real easy way to tell which ones are Inazuma without just knowing. I think Kazuha's in Inazuma. So there's at current 3 that I can do. And unfortunately, I just went nuts with my unlocks, so I can only do 3 of these for now. I should have saved those last keys instead of just unlocking everything. Fuck. Alright, so I do know that this is one that has to be done. And hopefully it'll trigger one of the areas I need, because that's just cute. I know I've talked to her and shit, but like I just can't remember. There's so much going on. All these names, they blend together after a while. Bubbles! So yeah, I'm just gonna do some story quests and get drunk while doing it.
This should be where Kokomi said to meet her. Do you still remember this place? Paimon remembers we came by here last time we visited Watatsumi Island. That was back when you did your stint as captain of Swordfish too. Paimon's curious whether the resistance troops still remember you. Things on the island
Oh yeah, because I'm so easy to forget.
Since then. Oh, shall we take
What a story hook. Should we just take a look around?
If the enemy outnumbers
Oh,
you,
Goro.
seek their weakness and exploit it. If you outnumber the enemy, seek unequivocal domination and crush them. Marauders on the waterfront are supplied by sea. Burning their ships is the path to success.
General Goro, sir, do you have a verdict?
More or less. From the directives left behind by Her Excellency, we can surmise that a Fatui ship is moored nearby. This explains their aggressive posture. We could split into 2 teams. One to draw their attention, and the other to circle around behind enemy lines and set fire to their ship. They'd have nowhere to run. Then again, Madame Kokumi made clear that we are not to split up without sufficient forces. We'd risk being picked off one by one until our whole line of defense disintegrated.
Sir, shall I send for reinforcements?
I doubt there's time. Based on their movements, they'd likely be gone before our troops arrived. Her Excellency's directives also stipulate that we should wait in ambush and avoid making the first move. Since we lack sufficient troops, I don't think we can afford to engage the enemy at this time.
Sir, we're just gonna stand by and watch them leave? Surely
Gee,
there
if
must be
only
another
somebody
way.
were just randomly seeing what's going on nearby that could help
Excellency's
out.
directives also state help may arrive when all seems lost. As for where this help is supposed to come
Oh,
from,
yeah, that's very convenient.
Goro, what are you guys up to?
Captain, you've returned to Watatsumi Island.
that's great. Her Excellency's directives are as reliable as ever. You've arrived just in time. Recently, the remnants of the Fatui forces have been unusually active. We've been monitoring their movements, waiting in ambush here. Unfortunately, we don't have the manpower to split into 2 teams. Can we ask you to keep them occupied?
Hard to say no when it's the Fatui.
The
Whatever
Fatui.
they're planning, we won't let them get away with it.
I want to be the
There's not a
Fatui.
moment to lose. We'll go behind enemy lines and sabotage their ship. Let's meet back here afterward. Watch yourselves. We'll be back shortly.
Seems like the Resistance still remembers us. Come on, let's help them get this situation under control.
Let's go beat some people up. Wait, these guys just appeared behind me? This is literally the way I walked in from, right? No boy. Alright. Time to shine, Raiden.
There is no escape. Torn to oblivion.
No, don't! Oh, okay, at least I got the hit in before. I hate their frickin' shields. Their buffs. Stop it! I agree.
Shouldn't get careless. Have a load of this. Comrades, they've sent the ship.
Oh, of course there's more.
Arson attack.
Arson attack!
There's no choice but to attack. Comrades, let's make them regret it.
I've spent quite a bit of time upgrading some of these talents and characters. Oh, God.
We were lucky to have you here. We'd have no way to prevent their escape without you.
What's that you're holding? Is it the directives from Kokomi?
Kokomi?
Clemency! Oh, wow. This is a whole book.
Aruba,
Is it all
Jamaica.
Kokomi's
Ooh,
directives?
I wanna take
Yeah.
you to Kokomi.
No, not all of them. I have 5 more volumes with me.
Are you
Oh,
serious?
God.
Her Excellency always plans for every scenario. Plus, these are her general operational directives, which are more comprehensive than most. Still, we're fortunate to have them. They make sure we're prepared for every eventuality, no matter how complex.
Understanding every eventuality sounds tiring enough, let alone writing them all down. Must have taken Kokomi a heck of a long time.
Captain, are you back on Watatsumi Island to lead Swordfish 2 again? We've all been feeling your absence. Her Excellency says that now is a time of peace, and that we should reduce the size of the military and focus on helping the civilian population return to normal life. About half of us are still organized into task forces, supporting the platoons. The other half have been given various other functions like patrol, construction, and farming. Of course, not everyone's happy about it. The other day, an old buddy of mine was grumbling about being forced to build houses. Said they'd have to drag him away from the front line, kicking and screaming.
The spirit of the resistance is alive and well, huh? Anyway, we're here because Kokomi invited us to the victory feast. Do you know where we can find her, Goro?
I believe Her Excellency is currently at Boro Village.
Goro?
There were reports
Boro?
of a possible disturbance over there. If I'm not mistaken, Her Excellency has gone to deal with it in person. We should probably get going ourselves. And, also, on your way over, please check in on the soldiers. I'm sensing a growing unease among them, but I don't know what's causing it. They won't say. They used to tell me all their concerns, but whatever this is, they're keeping it hidden. I don't like it one bit. I suspect there's trouble afoot.
Sounds good. Paimon was just thinking it'd be good to see everyone again. Ready when you are.
Alright, well. Off we go. Warriors' dreams like spring grass renewing. Of course. Let's see, sightseeing? Geronimo!
Wait, aren't you Captain of Swordfish too?
Yeah,
Oh, it
more or
is
less.
you! Oh, you have our gratitude. Watatsumi Island wouldn't have come to peace without your efforts. I wasn't with Swordfish 2, but I did see you in Tatarasuna. Oh, you really gave it to those shogunate samurai in the fight of honor. Oh, it was quite the show. Is there anything you need from me? I'm at your service. On edge, you say? Oh, yeah. Yeah, I've noticed it too. In fairness, the battle isn't long over, and, well, perhaps it isn't quite over for them. You know what I mean?
Know what I mean?
Every single person looked death in the face that day. It's not an experience you forget in a hurry. Victory's declared, and all of a sudden, the fighting's over. But people can't just snap back into normal life again. I think things will improve, but it's gonna take some time.
Gonna
I don't
take
know what else
some
it could be,
time.
but what I do know is that as long as Her Excellency is with us, Watatsumi Island is safe. And all the more so now that you're back. Seriously, if there's ever anything you need, just say the word.
What a nice guy. Let's go ask some other people.
Okay, let's go do that. Burb! I gotta kill every creature I find so I can fill out my archive. I didn't realize I was keeping track of all the wildlife.
Peace at last. Living the dream.
Don't I know you? I've definitely seen you somewhere before. Can't place you, but I'm guessing you're not with the Shogun's army. So, do you need something? Unsettled? Unsettled how? I haven't noticed anything. Not that I would, necessarily.
Because you're
I keep to
sleeping on the
myself
job?
mostly. They're all too rowdy for me. We're at peace now, finally, and I, for one, intend to make the most of it. My life right now is about two things and two things only. The sun and the sea breeze. Sorry that I can't be more help to you. I'll tell you someone you could ask.
Excuse me.
She knows everything.
Hello.
Seems he's about to fall asleep.
What's up?
Let's leave him to rest and go find someone else to
2 weeks away from Thanksgiving. Are you gonna have Rachel that weekend?
Nope.
Okay. Because we're gonna do Thanksgiving dinner at about 5, between 4 and 5, that Thursday.
Okay.
And we're trying to figure out what we want to make for dinner.
Grilled cheese.
Believe it or not, that was already one of the talked about options inside, because I am making King's Hawaiian grilled cheese sliders for dinner tonight.
Grilled cheese with ham and bacon.
And we were talking about these fried mashed potato cheesy mom balls, or something like that I saw on Facebook that I think might be a nice take instead of just normal mashed potatoes.
Okay.
So we're trying to figure out how many people are going to be at the house.
I learned how to make a gravy candle today.
A what?
A gravy candle.
Gravy candle. Oh crap, I wanted to go to Dollar Tree. Totally forgot about that until now. What's a gravy candle?
You mix powdered gravy in with about 3 sticks of butter, set it, smush it into a Pringle-sized half can, and then put a wick in there as well. Freeze it, and then you can light the wick, and the gravy will melt slowly.
Oh.
The video showed some guy dipping a hot dog covered in stuffing in it.
A hot dog covered in stuffing?
Yep, and ketchup, and pickles, and mashed potatoes. It was weird.
I don't know if I should be intrigued or bored.
It was definitely weird. Definitely interesting. Like, okay, I can maybe see this working. But
Yeah,
anyway.
I mean, it definitely sounds intriguing.
Yeah.
But I feel like if I would try to eat that, I'd barf.
Yeah, that's a lot of butter.
Because you said it was a hot dog wrapped in stuffing with...
The hot dog had, I think, mashed potatoes, stuffing, maybe relish, some ketchup, and then he dipped it in the melted gravy.
Okay.
The guy was insane. He also made some Thanksgiving sushi rolls, but that's just normal Thanksgiving shit rolled up in chicken skin.
That don't sound half bad.
No, it doesn't. But anyway. So, is there anything else? I'm actually live on YouTube right now.
Oh, no, that's all I needed.
All right.
If you want to, officially meet Solaris, Tyler's girlfriend, she's going to be over about, 10:30 tonight.
We'll
We're
see.
gonna paint.
I've been feeling a little off, and I actually slept until 10 a.m. this morning instead of staying up until 10 a.m. So, I don't know. I don't know when I'm going to fall asleep.
Okay. I think, you might like Solaris. She's definitely quirky. She's a really nice girl. She also has a brother that's trans, too. Her mom owns a store in the Green Bay Mall, and yesterday they just had the way she described it was it's like GSA, but for adults. That's not in high school.
Mm-hmm.
And they do this thing at their store. Yesterday was the first one. The next one's on December 5th.
If she wants to play D&D, yeah, she'll become my favorite person real quick.
I don't know if she likes D&D. She likes Pokemon.
Well, that might work. But, yep, anyone that's willing to play board games or tabletop games with me will just, will quickly will go up the list.
Yeah, well, if you don't come over tonight, you'll meet her on Thanksgiving, for sure.
All right, sounds good.
All right, talk to you later.
Yep.
Have fun YouTubing.
All right.
All right, bye.
Bye. Okay. Oh, I'm back. Just had to. Someone made some quick Thanksgiving plans made. All right. All right.
I don't understand what Her Excellency is thinking. I mean, peace talks? Give me a break. Why would she agree to that?
Exactly. Everyone knows
Gee,
you
I
can't
wonder.
trust the Tenryo Commission. I heard they've been secretly coordinating with the Fatui and plan to continue their attacks.
Oh boy.
Wait, for real? You're sure of this?
Positive. Some of our guys had a run-in with a few Fatui. They caught them conspiring together firsthand.
I knew it! The Tenryo Commission are a bunch of crooks. They'll never change. Honestly, it's kind of naive for Her Excellency to take them at their word, isn't it?
Shh, keep your voice down. Someone's coming.
Hey there! What you talking about?
Captain, you're back. Do you think we should tell the captain about what we were discussing just now?
Yes.
No, let's not mention it. She's one of her closest advisors. For all we know, the peace talks could have been her idea.
I'm sure the captain would see where we're coming from, but you're right. We should probably play it safe. Welcome back to Watatsumi Island, Captain. Nothing to report here. Everything is A-okay.
Her Excellency should be in the village at present. Head straight over if you wish, Captain.
Okay, so just pause for a second. How often do we get to see things happening from another person's point of view like that, where the traveler technically doesn't know what's going on, but we, the viewer, does? Like, this whole game is from the traveler's point of view, right? So that's interesting. I'm gonna have to keep an eye out for that, and I don't know if that's ever happened before, where we like learn something that the traveler doesn't know.
Paimon definitely detected some hush-hush going on there. But if they aren't gonna talk, we might as well head over to the village.
I suppose it did happen with Goro, just as the traveler was walking right up. But interesting. I'm gonna have to keep an eye out for that. Head to Boro Boro Village.
Admit it! We know you've been secretly supplying the Tenryo Commission with goods purchased on Watatsumi Island.
Yeah, sure.
Something was off about a Tenryo Commission merchant doing business here. So, what do you have to say for yourself, huh?
I'm innocent.
Oh, mercy, man.
You're as guilty as they come. You never should have been allowed to set foot on this island, let alone do business here. Take him away.
Take him away. Wait, what?
Wait!
There she is.
Kokomi! There you are! Something's going down over here! You should take a look, pronto!
Your Excellency, this merchant is suspected of criminal
My God.
activity, so we seized him for questioning.
Really?
Our surveillance shows that in his whole time here, he has made numerous purchases, but no sales. And yet he has no stock in his possession. We believe it's highly probable that he has been supplying the Tenryo Commission behind the scenes.
I haven't.
That will do. Let's not let ourselves get too worked up here,
Yeah,
shall we?
I mean,
Everyone take a deep breath with me. In and out. Better? Matsuda, Uchimura. I
Matsuda.
understand that you're concerned for the safety of Watatsumi Island. But before we make any decisions over whether this merchant is guilty or not, we must give him the chance to explain himself. If he's guilty, of course, there will be consequences. But if he's innocent, he doesn't deserve to be falsely accused. This is Watatsumi Island. We deal in facts, not opinions. Excuse me, sir.
I
As
deal
you
with
know,
opinions.
My subordinates have some concerns surrounding your commercial activity here. Perhaps you could explain your side of the story to help me reach a verdict.
Of course, I can explain everything.
Yeah, can you?
I'm a trader on the island, so naturally I built up some inventory. I was planning to hold off on selling until the prices went up, but then but then I was robbed by the Fatui. They took everything. Now you think about that. First I lose all my inventory, then I get treated like a criminal. And why should we believe you?
That's a good question.
So what? That doesn't prove they took his goods. And even if they did, it'll still end up in the Tenryo Commission's hands. They're in this together. What? The Tenryu Commissioner colluding with the Fatui now? This is the first I've heard of it. I suppose it is true. What's that got to do with me?
Would the Tenryu Commission start colluding with the Fatui after the fighting's already finished? Seems unlikely to Paimon. We met a representative of the Kujo clan recently. It doesn't seem like he'd have the time to be colluding right now. But on the way over here, we accidentally on purpose overheard some soldiers mention the exact same thing. Kokomi,
oh, so we did hear
do
that.
you know anything about it?
It has been brought to my attention, yes. We are scheduled to begin peace talks with the Tenryu Commission soon. The Kamisato clan has arranged for them to take place in a neutral location. Kujo-Sara and I will be accompanied by our guards. We will use the talks to discuss future plans in detail. But just as arrangements for the peace talks began to fall into place, I started hearing rumors of collusion between the Kujo clan and the Fatui. Allegedly, their goal is to completely wipe out Watatsumi Island. If that's the case, then the peace talks are likely a trap. Even the Kamisato clan could be involved. Sir, are you quite certain that your goods were stolen by the Fatui?
Yes, it's the truth. I swear. They stole my goods and then they ran off that way. I bet that's where that hideout is.
Very well. The potential ramifications of this incident are serious. We will retrieve your goods, and if everything is in order, it will prove your innocence. However, if we find evidence to corroborate the claims of collusion between the Fatui and the Tenryu Commission, I expect you to fully comply with our investigation. Do we have an understanding?
Yes, of course. Thank you, Your Excellency.
Matsuda? Uchimura?
Well received, Your Excellency.
Good. Now, Traveler, Captain of Swordfish Platoon Section 2, would you join me in the investigation? Good. I look forward to seeing how you've progressed lately. I also have a few new things to teach you. All right.
Teach?
Follow me.
I'm sure you do.
If we do find the merchant's goods in the hands of the Fatui, it'll prove he's innocent. Whatever's going on between the Fatui and the Tenryu Commission, we need to get to the bottom of it.
Just 1 second. Just trying to...
remains constant over the centuries.
Ow!
But human life
trying to
is
deal
like
with
the dew at dawn,
toe
or
issue.
a bubble rising through water. Transitory.
Don't get old, your toes get weird. Come on. Oh, this is ridiculous. Almost there. I know, we're picking a great time to do this, but once I start picking at it, I can't stop. Alright, that should be good. Alexa, light off. Oh, good lord, that's way over there. Okay. Oh. Alright.
This must be the Fatui camp that the merchant was talking about. From the looks of it, it used to be a Hilichurl camp. Who knows why the Fatui occupied it?
Looks pretty heavily guarded. How are we supposed to get in?
Not by brute force, that's for
Yes,
sure.
by brute force.
But that's not a problem. The terrain here gives us an advantage, and we haven't given away our position so far. Our enemies in the light,
I can fix
while
that.
we are in the shadows. Strategically, we have the upper hand. I think we have 3 options available.
I choose option 3.
Option 1. Take the king, and it's checkmate. The Fatui's presence in Inazuma is weak at present. Nothing more than a few scattered remnants. If we strike from above and take down their leader first, the rest of them will be hard-pressed to put up a serious fight. Option 2. Hit them where it hurts. Over there, for example, a store of gunpowder cakes.
Arson!
If we manage to discreetly
Arson's
set the
always an
gunpowder
option.
alight without alerting them, it would deal them a devastating blow. They'd be caught completely off guard. Both their morale and fighting capacity would be severely impaired. Option 3. Use the environment against them. We're close to the sea here, so the air is very humid. I can gather the water vapor, you add a touch of lightning, and together we can shock them into submission.
Yep, I like that one.
That's our grand...
That will depend on our assessment of our own abilities. A surprise attack from the air is the quickest solution, but
Right, so
superior
the other
combat
2 have a
skills.
special...
With an explosion, we could rapidly reduce their numbers without a
But
protracted
we need someone with
battle.
arrows.
But absolute stealth would be required during the operation, or we'd risk exposing ourselves. If we decide to take advantage of the environment, we should be prepared for a lengthy siege. So,
I want to
let's just
spark
yoke
things
them.
up again.
All right. We'll draw them out first to minimize damage to the camp itself. I haven't had much chance to fight alongside you in the past. I'm not sure I'll be able to keep up with your pace. Still, not to worry. Even if I can't claim to be a warrior myself, I'm no stranger to the battlefield. This fight should be well within my capabilities. Okay, let's clear out the camp and find out what they've been up to.
Oh, I get to be her? Yay! Ooh, I like those. Nice little fishtail. Sailor Moon hair. Use the catalyst. Constellation. Talents. The shape of water. Yeah, that's about that's appropriate for how cute she looks. All right. Where's Karage's oath? Oh, really? Oh, she's a healer. Regeneration plus stamina. Oh, I think I might want her. She's basically Barbara, but cuter. Ooh. Oh. I wouldn't mind giving her a try. 25% healing bonus, but no crit rate, which is fine. I'm gonna have to keep my eye out for her. See when she's... She is a 5-star. Well, I think I just added somebody to my want list. have to look. See if there's any chance of her coming soon. All right.
Allow me.
Okay. So it only heals the people that... Okay, so that's really no different from Barbara's, except that Barbara's follows you, whereas that's stationary. So I think Barbara might actually have a bit of an advantage there. Hold on, I want to see something. All right. All right, so they're both at the same level. Now, both of them have a healing aspect, but hers has an attack as well. Whereas Barbara's just applies wet to things, which is not bad when you've got an Electro on your team that has an ability that does electro damage every few seconds. So, sorry, my hair is just really bothering me. These headphones are hot. Anyway, but the regeneration is 6.2% of max HP plus 671. .05% max HP plus 114. Oh, and that. Oh, that's right. Because yeah, if you wait. That's right. Okay. It's a little bit different. It periodically regenerates the own active character with the continuous regeneration, which is 5.6 and 610. So pretty close. But if you stay with Barbara and start attacking, you get healing for everyone. I forgot about that part. I don't know. I feel like they're pretty close. I think if I didn't have Jean, I would stay with Barbara just because of the burst heal. Alright, so what are we doing? Well, I got your attention. Really?
Their movements have become rigid and sluggish. We make a good team. Hold the line.
Sorry, I wanted to use her, but Navia is just such a powerhouse.
Torn to oblivion! Illusion shattered!
You can't run! Well, neither can I. Don't be a killjoy! We've only just begun.
Coming at ya!
Looks like I went too far.
Excellent work.
Easy peasy.
All thanks to your genius tactics.
Actually, even the best tactics live or die on the strength of those executing them. Winning a battle takes a concerted effort from everyone involved. Victory never belongs to a single person.
Now that you mention it,
Plans are only as good until that first arrow flies.
I must admit, I wasn't expecting to find the Fatui laying low in a Hilichurl camp. Presumably, they've been operating out of here in secret for quite some time. What's their objective? Are the soldiers right? Could they really be in collusion with the Tenryou Commission? Let's scour the camp for evidence. If the merchant's story is true, the inventory should be here.
All right, time to take a look around.
Yeah.
Hey, look here! Could these belong to the merchant? There's a lot of stuff. Some of it. So these are the Fatui food supplies? They look a little past their best. Is this really all they had to eat? Whoa! This place is chock full of bomb-making materials. This is way too dangerous. We should tell Kokomi.
Kokomo.
Kokomi, we found the merchant's stuff. Look.
Oh, my hair sucks. I need to find a scrunchie.
Oh, nothing. I just zoned out for a moment. Let's see here. Yes, these are the stolen goods, all right. Food, medicine, farming tools. All essential for post-war recovery. He was probably stockpiling them until he could make a handsome profit.
Rude.
By contrast, it's doubtful that the Tenryou Commission has any need of these items, so the idea that he was supplying them doesn't make a lot of sense. In all likelihood, he's just an opportunistic merchant. Nothing quite as scandalous as Matsuda and Uchimura had imagined.
He's hardly a saint, though, right? How could he stockpile things that people are desperate for? We're not just gonna give them back to him and let him go, are we?
Hopefully that keeps my hair
feel right.
out of...
Don't worry. I had already foreseen this. In my recently issued post-war temporary decree, I included restrictions on the prices of essential everyday goods.
Good for you.
These items will ultimately reach the people at a reasonable price.
No price gouging.
If he had taken the time to read the decree, it's unlikely he ever would have ended up in this predicament.
Kokomi, you think of everything!
I wish that were true. Take this alleged collusion between the Tenryou Commission and the Fatui, for example. I'm still completely stumped. The low energy doesn't exactly help.
Huh? What do you mean by that?
Nothing. Come on, let's take the goods back. It's not long now until the victory feast. It'll be a race against the clock to get all of this resolved before it starts.
Got it! First we mend the peace, then we attend the feast!
Sorry, I was playing with my boobs. think I see a shortcut. Nope. It's going the other way. Oh well. Ooh. Free food.
My goods! You got them back, huh? Thank you, Your Excellency. And thank you, Captain. You see, I told you I was innocent.
I'm not so sure. You could have easily planned the whole thing with the Fatui in advance.
Yeah.
Based on the information we gathered from the
that's
Fatui
how it
camp,
works.
there's nothing to suggest he had any correspondence with them. Had it been the case, then knowing how the Fatui operates, they would have left some evidence of it.
But what if...
No ifs, no buts. We've recovered the goods. As agreed, this is sufficient to establish his innocence.
Apologies.
Guess we got carried away.
What did I tell you? You army numbskulls don't have a clue. All brawn and no brains.
Dude,
coming to me
chill.
With crazy conspiracies. Lay off me next time, got it?
Sir, I'm afraid you're getting ahead of yourself. You may be innocent of the accusations originally leveled at you, but hoarding essential goods is a crime under the temporary decree. You must bear the consequences. You have already admitted to being the owner of these goods, so we are obliged to respond with appropriate measures. In addition to enforcing the sale of these goods at the accepted rates, there will also be a fine, the amount of which...
Wait, Your Excellency, whose side are you on here?
I have no business taking sides. As the divine priestess of Watatsumi Island, I abide by the principle of clear and consistent rewards and punishments.
Yeah, so there.
Just as merit must be recognized, mistakes must be penalized.
Yeah.
You may have been proven innocent of the more serious allegations leveled at you, but this does not exempt you from bearing the consequences of your mistakes.
Wait a minute,
Don't just stand there. Take him away. Time to pay up.
Your Excellency, he says all the goods belong to him, but it doesn't add up. Those of a Tenryo Commission emblem are probably his, but not the rest. Especially these ones. They're clearly for shrine use.
I don't know where my butane is. I know it's here somewhere.
Simply dumped all their stolen goods in one place. Leave the shrine paraphernalia to me. As for the rest, I'll leave you to sift through and try to track down the owners. I know, that's a lot to ask.
Not at all, Your Excellency. We're on it. But if I may, Your Excellency, maybe there were no signs of collusion in this case, but our people know what they saw. Something is going on between the Tenryo Commission and the Fatui. I know the peace talks are coming up, so please keep an open mind.
I understand your concern. I'll be sure to give it further consideration. I'm going to take these items back to the Sangonomiya Shrine. Why don't you come along for the walk?
Sure, why not?
Watatsumi Island observes different customs than the rest of Inazuma. I imagine it must all seem a little alien to you.
Oh. Debates on the Viceroy of the East. Okay. I'll have to read that later.
It's been a long time since
interesting
I last
music.
came to this village. There's been a lot to deal with recently. Next time you visit, I'll take you to visit Watatsumi Island's old shrine.
There's another book? What book is that? Preliminary study of Sangria's folk belief.
You know, previous shrine on Watatsumi Island was not located in Sangonomiya. It was close to the statue of the
It's
Seven.
pronounced Sangria.
Back then, the people of this island recognized the shogun's existence, despite not venerating her as the shogunate do. But after she struck down our protector deity, the shrine was abandoned. Relations between Watatsumi Island and the shogunate have soured ever since. Mistrust has become deep-rooted over time. I've been hoping to raise all this at the peace talks and discuss it properly. Grievances have to be let go eventually.
Your Excellency, what brings you out this way on your busy schedule?
My butt.
Oh my, you're looking a little worse for wear. You need to take better care of yourself, okay? All of our fates depend on you.
On you?
Thanks for your concern, but I'm fine.
Your Excellency, I beg you, heed a word of advice. After all this time fighting the Shogun's army, peace is not something that can simply be declared.
I declare peace. See? It's easy.
The god who once protected us will have died in vain.
Come on, that's ancient history. Besides, the fighting is barely over. We should be grateful to be at peace once more.
I know, it's just... we should remain strong in these negotiations. We mustn't be too ready to compromise.
I appreciate your concerns. I will consider the options carefully, and be sure to proceed appropriately.
Wonderful. We're all counting on you, Your Excellency.
Oh, Your Excellency? Well, I'll be... fancy meeting you at a place like this. Do you know, my daughter's enrolled herself in the Shrine Maiden selection process this year. If she makes it into Sangonomiya, I'll be one very happy mother. You're a kind and gracious leader. She'd be in very good hands. I'm always telling my daughter that if she gets the chance to learn from Her Excellency directly, she must make the most of it. I mean, just look at Her Excellency, still so young, but so mature and intelligent. My daughter has always looked to you as a role model.
Well, if she comes to Sangonomiya, I'll look out for her.
Your Excellency. Boy, am I glad you're here. As you know, agricultural output has taken a pretty big hit this year. Let me bring you up to speed on the latest situation.
Hold up.
Your Excellency, isn't this the captain of Swordfish 2? Will she be based on Watatsumi Island from now on?
Your Excellency!
Oh boy.
Please, remain calm, everyone. I'll get around to all your queries. Though, for the longer ones, I'd prefer it if you could write a report and submit it to the shrine. Then I can respond
shorter
to
ones
each
too.
one as and when I have the time. Are you alright? This kind of thing is water off.
Your Excellency, here you are. There's been a situation.
Of course there
We're
is.
still waiting on the delivery of a whole batch of ceremonial items. I'm beginning to worry that they've been stolen.
Oh, we retrieved those already.
Really? That's fantastic. You never cease to amaze us, Your Excellency. I sorted through all the petitions received recently and placed them on your desk. Also, according to the schedule, you're just in time for your meeting today on the development of the textiles industry.
That's today? Right now?
Yes, the two young ladies have arrived safely. We're just waiting for you.
I see. I was hoping to take a walk around
that's
the
too
island
bad.
But it
I was
looks like
hoping
we'll have
to.
to save that for some other time.
Aww.
Well, let's rendezvous tomorrow at the entrance to Sangonomiya Shrine. Then we'll go and make preparations for the victory feast.
Yay! The victory feast!
Oh,
Just to be
Paimon.
clear, we're talking lots of delicious food, right?
That's the name of the game. There'll be some Watatsumi Island specialties, which I'm sure you'll enjoy.
Great! See you tomorrow then!
Bye, cutie. I'm just noticing that the ground here is made out of seashells. Just standing in one spot for 24 hours. Why is it way over there? Oh, I don't want to walk that far. Much better.
Huh. Kokomi isn't here yet. That's weird. She doesn't seem like the type to
Ooh,
show
maybe
up
she's been kidnapped.
Let's wait a little longer. How is she still not here? Do
Yeah.
you think she could be in trouble?
I bet she's been kidnapped.
Let's go ask that soldier over there.
Right, that soldier's probably been sitting there the whole day, has absolutely no idea what's going on because...
For Her Excellency? I'm afraid she isn't here at the moment. I don't know where she's gone.
So strange. Guess we should just call it a rain check then?
Not necessarily. If I recall correctly, Her Excellency has made special provisions for such a scenario in her General Operational Directives.
Her GOD, or God.
Yes, number 98. Should a visitor from afar come to see me, and should my whereabouts be unknown, direct them to proceed southward until they arrive at a tree with purple foliage. The footnote stipulates that this only applies when Her Excellency has made no communication regarding her whereabouts before disappearing. And even then, only when the visitor in question is of VIP status.
Very specific.
As far as I'm concerned, you two tick all of the boxes. I keep this directive on me at all times. I'm sure this is the right course of action.
That's a very weird...
Really does think of everything.
That's really weird.
Let's find the place she wrote about and have a look.
Alright, head south to a purple tree? Okay, curious. Very specific instructions for something that may not happen very much. Oh. That's actually quite a few. I said I didn't have any, though.
Are you sure this is the right place? Feels like we keep heading deeper into the middle of nowhere. Hey, doesn't that tree look like the one she described in the directive?
Yeah.
It looks like there's a way in over there.
A way in. A way in? Oh, interesting. Why would she not tell? This makes no sense.
Kokomi! So this is where you ran off to. We were gonna meet up and get things ready for the victory feast today. What happened?
It's you. I apologize. I'm not feeling my usual self today.
No.
You got sick? We'll go find a doctor right away.
You want me to make you something? I'll make you feel better. Let me take care of you.
Nothing like that. It's
I got you, Mama.
my energy is completely spent.
You run on energy? You mean you're like a ruin guard?
Paimon.
No, it's just a figure of speech. You noticed? I guess I haven't quite mastered the ability to hide how I'm feeling. I'll keep working at it. To be honest, I'm not really cut out to be a leader. At first, my dream was to read up on military strategy and perhaps become an advisor. Constantly communicating with people, trying to retain their morale, having to read between the lines, making sure everyone gets the recognition they deserve. It's such hard work.
Yep. That's why I gotta get people to help you.
You're somehow supposed to make people feel wonderful, just from being in your presence, while also commanding their respect. It doesn't come naturally to me. And truth be told, it's something I never wanted for myself. But because of my bloodline, I was always going to end up being the divine priestess.
Her voice is so cute.
Like it or not, it's just the way it is. So, whenever I feel overwhelmed, I come here to just lose myself in a book and relax for a while. Don't worry, it doesn't affect my work. I handed over preparations for the victory feast to someone else. I have to make a speech tonight, and I mustn't give the troops any reason to suspect that something could be wrong. This peace was hard won, and I want them to feel at ease.
Is there anything we can do to help?
I should be feeling energized again soon if I hold off on work for a little longer. If only there was some way I could listen to a good read on military strategy. I'm sure that'd speed up the process.
Time to invent the audiobook.
I was reading a book last time I was here, but I only got about halfway through. Where did I put it?
We'll find it for you.
Really?
And then we'll read it out to you to help you recover.
You do that for me?
Honey, I'd do anything for you.
Thank you. I'm really lucky you came back to Watatsumi Island.
Why is there a treasure chest down there? Did I? Heard that.
Quick, let's pack it up.
I know. I'm probably going way out of the way. Where'd you go? Alright, where are you? Probably down here somewhere? Oh, yeah. Tashon.
So does Kokomi make time to deal with these even when she's resting?
Sure.
Sangonomiya Events Cash Flow Statement. Consolidated, this is a lot of work for one person. And it's on top of all the directives she has to write and the people she has to meet day to day. It's no wonder she gets burnt out from time to time. Let's track down that book and help her feel like herself again.
Oh, they always like to talk like the person talking about isn't right there.
Hey, look! Could this be the book she wanted? Swordfish Captain came back today. Energy +4.
Wait, what?
That's just,
Oh. So, kind of like spoon theory.
Give it here.
Oh.
Guess that was the wrong one. Let's keep looking.
Uh-huh. I'm wondering more about what you think about the Swordfish Captain.
It's gotta be this one, right? Look, there's even a bookmark. None of the other books have one, so she must have finished reading those already. Ooh, it's pretty dense. Paimon doesn't understand a thing. Well, let's take it over and read it to her. Kokomi, is this the book you wanted?
I'm not sure, actually. Could you...
Yes, that's the one. Thank you.
Thank you. So cute.
Kokomi? Kokomi! Oh no, she's fallen asleep.
Let her sleep.
Tonight's the victory feast. Not to mention that the Pew's sure that's a good idea. She does look pretty exhausted. Guess there's still some time to go too. Alright, let's keep her company while she rests.
Avoid disaster. Protect peace at all costs. The war's over. Things are slowly getting better. Oh. Did you see?
Did she whisper anything about you?
What time is it? Did I fall asleep?
Yep, you've been out for ages. It's nearly time for the feast.
I can't believe it got so late. I haven't slept that peacefully in so long. That's gotta be 3 whole energy points right there.
Uh-huh.
Should be enough to see me through the peace talks.
She's like definitely doing spoon theory.
Well, we better get ourselves over there. It's nearly time to light the bonfire.
Woohoo! Kokomi's back to full energy! Good to have you back.
Alright. Her secret is that she's got a crush on the Traveler. Where are we going? Over there? Victory feast! Victory feast!
It looks like everything's in place for the feast. But I still need to give a quick speech before the festivities begin.
Oh, how much energy will that take? Do you think you've got enough?
Don't worry, I've got plenty. Thanks to you two, I recovered more quickly than usual.
That's great! We'll be rooting for you.
Welcome, everyone. Today is the day that we celebrate our victory.
Ooh, silly.
Recently, our war with the Shogun's army came to an end, and we finally saw the abolition of the Vision Hunt Decree. None of us can know what the Inazuma of the future will look like. But tomorrow, I meet with the Tenryou Commission for Peace Talks. I give you my word that I will strive for peace for Watatsumi Island once and for all. Thank you all for your valiant efforts throughout. Truly, it is only through those efforts that we have been able to prevail in this trying war. This feast is held in honor of each and every one of you gathered here today. I hope all of you get to relax and enjoy our hard-won victory. Tonight seems to have gone off without a hitch. I'm so glad it's all going
So am I going to do the peace talk straight away, or is that going to be part 2?
Open when they're in a good mood. Could I ask you to go around and see what information you can gather?
Oh, I want to stay here and look at you.
No further leads regarding the issue of potential collusion between the Tenryou Commission and the Fatui. And I'm concerned that something might happen at tomorrow's peace talks.
Okay, sure. We'll go ask around.
I see a Sealy. Where'd you go? Dude, where'd you go? No, seriously, where did you go? You were right there. How the hell did you get over there so quick? Rude. Oh, I didn't want to fight.
Quick, let's pack it up. Let's get down to business.
Let's get down to business. To defeat the Huns. Look alive, guys. I'm bringing in someone hot. Never mind. I heard that. Roommate's making something that smells good. Oh, what do we got here? Interesting. Just those three? Wait, they don't all have to be threes? They just all have to be the same? Where? Yeah, it must be under me. That one's over there, though. I can get that. Oh, for fuck's sake. Okay, good. Oh, you're one of those. All right, got you. Whoa!
Have a load of this.
Okay, I'm not sure what that... Anyway. Alright. Ha! No buffs for you.
I'm loving this treasure hunt.
Okay, so where is that one? Gotta be underneath here somewhere. There you are. Let's see, how are we gonna get around to you? Alright. Now that we got done with those distractions.
Watatsumi Island is
Watatsumi.
finally at peace, and it's all thanks to Her Excellency, Sangonomiya. Recently, let me think. Well, the biggest thing for us is that we can finally get back out on the ocean to fish. During the hostilities, the open sea was full of warships. We just had to make do with what little fish and shrimp we could get our hands on closer to shore. When the catch wasn't good, we'd all go hungry. The poor kids were crying all day and night, but there was just nothing I could do. We'd go to bed ravenous and be tossing and turning all night long, trying to keep it together until the morning. At least things are finally improving now. I hear you're captain.
I don't know, you look pretty built for someone who was
thank
starving.
you for your service. Here, have a fish. It's freshly caught, so it's a bit, fishy. But it's fine.
Oh, no. We couldn't possibly.
Ah, come on, take it. Without you, we'd probably still be going to bed hungry tonight. Her Excellency always teaches us to repay kindness with gratitude.
Okay, well, thanks. Come on, let's go talk to some others.
When someone offers you something as a way of saying thanks, just take it. That's what they need.
Hey there. Care for some fruit and vegetables? Nature's remedy when you overdo the barbecue.
Ugh. No. Denny's. Denny's is nature's remedy.
I've heard rumors, but nothing too detailed. It's funny you should say that the soldiers seem excitable, though. I've had the same feeling. See that guy over there?
Actually,
He's
did.
been acting strange these days. Always
Noticed him on
shouting
my way
and waving
back.
his spear around when he's got nothing to do. He scared the heck out of me a few times. It's a miracle the fighting has finally come to an end. Yeah, I really hope we don't go making any more trouble for ourselves. Sorry, I'm afraid I don't have much information. If you still have questions, you may as well go and talk to him.
Sounds promising. Let's go see what that guy's deal is.
Grab. Damn it! I wanted to shoot you. Oh, I really should have an archer so I can kill more birds. Hey, suspicious soldier.
This guy
Oh god, Paimon, he's right there!
Huh? Wait, don't tell me. Captain of Swordfish 2, right? You actually came back. I thought you'd abandoned the platoon and made a run for it.
Oh boy.
We would never run from a fight.
Is that so? All anyone talks about these days is peace and stability. Do you remember what the most important thing is to the Resistance?
Food?
Got that right. So I'm gonna put you to the test.
Oh my god.
Time to see if you truly are a
Why?
bona fide Resistance warrior. I'll answer your questions, but only if you can beat me in a duel.
Do you really want to do this?
This guy. What do you think? Are we gonna do this?
We'll see about that.
Oh, I actually have to fight as her. This could take a few seconds longer.
You're a strong fighter. No wonder Her Excellency chose you. You really do have a warrior's will. Then maybe you can understand us. Captain, comrade. We made it up. The story about the Tenryo Commission.
Yeah.
With the Fatui.
Poor Kokomi's been worried sick. You're telling us you made the whole
Good
thing
job, asshole.
What the heck were you thinking? This could send you right back into war with the Tenryo Commission.
Yes, that's exactly what we're hoping to achieve.
Oh my god.
Peace talks. Everyone's been drawn in by the idea. That's why the future of Watatsumi Island is at stake. What's to stop the Tenryo Commission from stabbing us in the back? And what's to stop the Raiden Shogun from issuing another Vision Hunt decree? We are the Resistance. Everything hinges on our warrior's will. We can't trust the Tenryo Commission or the Raiden Shogun, but we can put faith in ourselves. Surely you agree with that?
His point does kinda make sense, but something about it doesn't feel right to Paimon. Yeah, everything you said just now was pure speculation, wasn't it? Are you seriously willing to make up a wild rumor and ruin the peace everyone's worked so hard for, all because of some imaginary situation that may not even happen?
Don't take that tone with me, acting like you're above all of this.
I am.
What would you understand? For the sake of victory, we embodied the warrior's will to the fullest. You understand? We were all in. Now they're suddenly trying to tell us that none of it matters anymore? You'd have me just put down my weapon and start living like an ordinary person, but how can I? How can I when every time I close my eyes, I see the faces of the friends we lost in battle? Every time I see them there in my mind's eye, it reminds me that I can never forgive the Tenryo Commission and never forgive the Vision Hunt decree. I guess you're not one of us. Well, whatever. Go ahead and tell Sango Nomiya if you want, but you're too late to stop us now.
Too late? What do you mean? Darn. Doesn't seem like he's gonna answer that one. What are we gonna do? This is really serious. We need to give Kokomi the full story right away.
Kokomi? Honey? Baby?
So, we found out a few things. The whole thing about the Tenryo Commission colluding with the Fatui is baloney. They made it all up. They wanted the peace talks to break down so that they could carry on fighting the war. And they said it's too late to try and stop them, no matter what we do.
I see. I'm fine. Don't worry. This is my fault. If only I'd perceived what they were feeling earlier, it never would have come to this. I think I understand what Kozan means when he says it's too late. The talks don't begin until tomorrow, but both sides have already sent their guards to the location. They are responsible for making sure the area is safe and secure. I highly suspect that one of Kozan's pro-war co-conspirators will have infiltrated the guards with an intent to reignite hostilities tomorrow during the negotiations.
Well, that's no good. Do you want us to head over there now and switch out the guards?
That won't work. Firstly, the act of bringing a new team of guards to a neutral negotiation site will put both sides on high alert. It would almost certainly push the pro-war faction into taking action. They would attack the Tenryo Commission's guards, and we'd be in danger of war breaking out once again. Not to mention that we have no idea how many of Watatsumi Island's soldiers are involved in this plot. If we change the guard in haste, we face the issue of not knowing who to trust.
Sounds like a really tricky situation. So is there really nothing we can do about it?
Don't let it worry you. What's done is done. Now it falls to me to devise a counter-plan. These soldiers crossed the line, but the blame is
baby! How's my baby?
I will find a way to ensure they do not come to harm.
Love you.
Let's meet here again tomorrow.
Love you. Wait until blah blah blah. Baby, where you going? Come snuggle. Oh.
Well, the peace talks are upon us. How do you feel? Prepared? Here, take this. These are some directives I wrote last night. These negotiations are complex, to be sure, but I thought about it carefully and realized there are no more than 187 possible outcomes. I took the liberty of writing them all down.
No
This
more
way,
than?
You will be able to adapt with speed.
187?
No matter how the events play out.
Whoa, this is huge! Let's see. Fierce dispute, violent escalation, armed revolt, coordinated attack, seize hostages.
Wow.
Wow, there are so many! But you've thought of a solution to each one! Paimon suddenly
No wonder you're
feels a
tired.
lot less nervous.
Glad to hear it. These peace talks are quite exceptional.
These
It
peace
is a
talks
major
are
step
quite
forward
exceptional.
both for Watatsumi Island and the Shogunate. But any amount of dissatisfaction within our ranks weakens our negotiating position. We will have to work all the harder if we want these talks to be a success. As the Divine Priestess of Watatsumi Island, this
Watatsumi Island?
responsibility is, of course, mine to shoulder. Excellent. Okay, time to head off.
Well, at least... Oh, wow, they're... Okay, we're going a little bit of ways away. Oh, we got a challenge. I see a challenge. Has that always been there? Probably not. Oh, A few things over here. Yay! Challenge complete.
Another part. Track down Outrider Amber.
Where are you going? Interesting. That was kind of neat. Hopefully they'll give me a ride back.
Whoa! What a stroke of good luck!
Yeah, I should have enough now to... No! So close! Alright. You gonna give me a ride back? Alright.
It's been a while, Kujo-Sara. I believe the
Kujo-Sara.
last time we met was on the battlefield.
Yes. Where you dealt my forces quite the devastating blow. But before we go any further, what are you doing here?
That's right. She's here to bear witness to the proceedings. She experienced the war between us firsthand and has made an enormous contribution towards securing the peace we have today. I couldn't think of a more suitable candidate.
Seems reasonable. Then let's get straight into it.
Yeah, at least they're getting the
first
pronouns
item
right.
is the Maritime Administration issue. During wartime, we restricted fishing rights for Watatsumi vessels in Narukami waters. We intend to remove these restrictions. But going forward, any of your vessels that fish in our waters will have to pay taxes in accordance with Narukami legislation in order to bring their catch back to Watatsumi.
That's fine. But if they're paying
fair.
taxes, they should also be entitled to protection from the Tenryou Commission while in your waters.
Also fair.
Any losses they sustain due to issues of public security will need to be compensated by the Tenryou Commission.
Accepted.
They're
Let's
doing-
add that to the peace treaty.
Oh,
I can assure
these
you
two are
that
working
your
well.
vessels will be quite safe in our hands.
Negotiations seem to be going pretty smoothly.
The next
Come
item has
on.
to do with the movement of people and military authority. In the past, our people have been subjected to lengthy interrogations on arrival in Watatsumi, and the same has been true for your people on arrival to Narukami. Economic cooperation between our islands has suffered greatly as a consequence. Few merchants are now willing to engage in inter-island commerce. Since the war is now over, I propose that we have the Yashiro Commission appoint a business council to oversee trade between our two islands.
The problem there is that trade is a reciprocal affair. We'll need to involve merchants from both sides in this process if it is to succeed. We cannot give the Yashiro Commission full authority.
Correct me if I'm wrong, but isn't Watatsumi Island facing severe shortages of many essential goods at the moment? Having the Yashiro Commission organize everything centrally
for now
would work in your favor.
Long term.
True, we're experiencing some shortages, but we will recover in due course. Between the diverse range of goods we can produce ourselves and our strong trade links with other areas, we are capable of sourcing everything we need. Not to mention that your proposal would require separate talks with the Kamisato clan. If they've yet to sanction it, I believe you are going beyond the remit of the Tenryou Commission's authority.
Let's leave that aside for now, then. On to the military question. Watatsumi Island's forces will need to come back under the jurisdiction of the Tenryou Commission.
That just isn't feasible. Not in the short term, at least.
With all due respect, feasibility doesn't come into it. The Tenryou Commission alone has ultimate responsibility for Inazuma's
Why do I
national
find this so
security.
interesting? Oh yeah, I know
We
why.
cannot allow Watatsumi Island to be the sole exception to this rule indefinitely.
You Kujo scum! Colluding with the Fatui isn't low enough for you already. You just want to take everything away from us.
Dude.
Comrades, never trust the Kujo. Let's get them.
Protect Madame Kujo!
Number 16. No, wait. 67? Or is it 73?
Come on.
Which one is it?
Come on. What the hell is happening? Ooh, smooth. The hell just happened? Did they just glare them down?
Kokomi! Which scenario number is this in the directives?
The last one, but hold off for the moment. Stand down, Tadakatsu. Situation has changed. Please stand by for further orders. Rest assured, I am fully aware of your concerns, but I will deal with the situation from here.
No.
Madam Kujo, this is rather serious. I believe you owe Watatsumi Island an explanation.
Okay, so let's back up here for a second. First off, that guy is an idiot. That should have never happened. He would have been put down immediately. Also, like, I am enjoying this, though, that whole discussion of the treaty for, like, because I've been living through this. I've been spending time on this island. I've been in this world, learning these people and their ways and all these issues. And it's fun. And I think we need to have more games like this based in, like, real world history. And not just Assassin's Creed, but, I don't know. Anyway, trying to figure out what happened here.
Excuse me for a moment. Nobody makes another move until I have finished investigating. You two, here, now!
The last one. Of course it's the last one. Ooh, she winked at me.
Speak! Collusion with the Fatui? Is this true?
I wouldn't exactly call it collusion as such.
We were approached by a few Fatui. They mentioned a potential cooperation to keep the war against Watatsumi Island going. At the time, I felt like we could give it a try. After all, there'd be nothing to lose.
But we were extremely careful. We didn't agree to anything. We just said they could maybe start by heading to Watatsumi Island and stirring things up a little. Then we'd see how it went. With respect, ma'am, there was no collusion. It was just a one-off conversation. How anyone from Watatsumi Island even found out about it, I have no idea.
Because they made it up.
When we return, there will be consequences.
Damn straight.
Might I remind you that this is the Fatui? Have you completely forgotten what they did to us? You should be having no interaction with them whatsoever, let alone entertaining offers of cooperation. So, what did they want out of it?
The Fatui's main forces have already left Inazuma. The few who approached us seemed like they wanted to settle a score for their boss.
Oh, her subordinates. So they're out for revenge. They want to keep Inazuma in a state of turmoil. One day, I will hunt them down. Every last one. We bear responsibility for this issue. My sincere apologies. I have my own negligence to blame for this state of affairs. Please, grant us another chance to continue the peace talks.
But of course, Madame Kujo.
Kujo.
I have every confidence in your ability to resolve this situation. For the time being, however, there is evidently some discord within the Tenryou Commission's ranks. I would therefore not feel comfortable releasing Watatsumi Island's forces into your command at this time.
It seems that I must acquiesce.
Acquiesce
I will
to
lay this
the...
issue aside for now. But we shall revisit it as soon as the Tenryou Commission has resolved our internal issues. As for the trade issues we raised, I will discuss options with the Yashiro Commission and make sure both sides have ample participation in the final arrangement.
Seems like Kujo-Sara's on the defensive now. These negotiations...
Paimon, shut up!
Sailing from here on out.
Until the Fatui show up.
I never knew the grand strategist of Watatsumi Island was a skilled negotiator, as
Really?
well as a formidable commander. I hope that when we meet again,
You'd think that those
we
things
can
would go hand in
continue these
hand.
sit-down discussions. Settling our differences on the battlefield is rather taxing. I think we can leave things there for today. Once I get back, I will conduct a thorough investigation into the Tenryou Commission's internal issues.
I should inform you that we took out a Fatui camp recently. I suspect that before long, they will attempt to re-establish contact with your people in the hope of procuring some assistance. I recommend you say and do nothing on the matter for the time being, lest you tip them off and they disappear. Wait for them to come to you. That way, you can capture them all in one fell swoop.
I will bear this in mind. Thank you.
I do gotta say that one of the things I love about this
Until we meet
game,
again.
and I know it's intentional to appeal to a certain demographic, but the amount of female representation is great. Like, all the leaders are like female. I mean, I know that changes a little bit as we go along, but like, think about it. Like, Liyue, female leaders. The Archon is male, but metrosexual comes to mind. Same in Mondstadt. The Archon is definitely not a cis male. I don't know if anyone in this game is a cis male. But then the leaders are like Jean. I mean, Kaya's in there a little bit too, and Diluc. But then you get to Inazuma, and it's like all women across the board. But like I said, I know that's intentional. The number of male characters in this game is far less than the number of female characters. Because they're trying to appeal to men's horniness. Yeah, and not to mention a few, more than a few lesbian people out there. But I gotta say, I do love the game. I do love the queer vibes.
Your Excellency, you knew?
I have already been informed on the reasons for your actions. You believe the Tenryou Commission to be untrustworthy and sought to sabotage the peace talks and reignite the war. Fortunately, the end result exposed and thwarted a secret Tenryou Commission plot. Yet, this was purely incidental, and the end certainly did not justify your means.
But Your Excellency, so many comrades have sacrificed themselves in the line of duty. If we stop now, aren't all of our efforts going to waste? I want to keep fighting. I want ultimate victory. even if it means I have to pay the ultimate price.
I understand your sentiments, but you cannot simply impose your will and expect others to bear the consequences. During the war, there were highs and there were lows, and in the end, there was a glorious victory. For you, perhaps the experience was one of great excitement, but you saw nothing of the countless others who will remember the war quite differently. Most people suffered terribly through each day. Watatsumi Island's people yearn for peace because they have long since given all they had to the war effort. They are tired of treading water and don't need you dragging them back underneath once again.
But...
I understand, I do. And the fault is not yours alone. It was largely an oversight on my part. I taught you to nurture a warrior's will, but never how to let it go.
It's not your fault, Your Excellency. It was ours. Our selfishness. Either way, we are ready to accept sentencing under martial law.
Very well. Then I hereby declare...
Off with your head!
That as of today, I am founding a new secret corps of the army. This division will be responsible for keeping Watatsumi Island safe and secure.
Secret police!
Any and all threats to the peace of our island. You and your comrades will all be welcome to join. But be warned, the training will be
It's a secret corps, but everyone's welcome to join.
Will be in high demand.
Your Excellency, what are you saying?
I have concluded from today's peace talks that the Kujo clan cannot achieve absolute peace and stability in the near future. Many seek peace, but there are still those who pursue war. It is right that Watatsumi Island moves towards peace, but we must still retain a defensive capacity. Those whose warrior's will is alive and well, I invite you to embark on the most challenging training regimen of your lives. I don't want to hear from any of you again until all of you can take on 2 shogunate samurai at a time.
Oh, wow.
Thank you, Your Excellency.
All right, dismissed.
Yes, we're going to reward their insolence with more
and remember,
chances
there
for...
no more insubordination. And if there is, there will be no more leniency from me, whatever reasons you may have.
Nope, terrible idea.
From now on, we will focus on our training. Thank you for this opportunity,
Terrible idea.
Your Excellency. We'll report to General Goro right away.
Real world, that would bite you in the ass week 1. And absolutely destroy you by week 10.
Finally, everything in hand. I can feel my energy levels starting to drop. Meet you back at the hideout for some rest?
Ooh, it's a date. Hopefully this is going to finally wrap up this story quest. Ooh, there's a Sealy.
Everything. With your help, peace has been restored. Recovering. Slowly, but surely. I should be raring to go before too long. Today was a reminder that I don't cope well in situations with lots of people. I've improved, but I still get nervous when more than a handful of people are involved. I think I might get Goro to handle the negotiations next time. Do you think so? To be honest, I'm still a long way off what's expected of a divine priestess. In the past, I was concerned only with winning the war, restoring peace, and making sure everyone could live a happy life. But I realized now that wasn't going far enough. People have all kinds of aspirations, and just as many measures of happiness. I have a long way to go, but that's okay. If I can't make the journey in one giant leap, I'll just have to settle for taking it one small step at a time. In short, I've still got some maturing to do.
I could help you. I'll stay by here. Yeah.
Here
Yes.
on
Yes.
Tatsumi Island?
Yes.
To keep me company for a
Absolutely. I'm here for you, honey. I got you. Yeah, see, get both It says to be continued, but I don't see her in here. Are these all the current stories, or are some more added as you go along, or I'll have to look into that. Right. Oh, I know what I was gonna look up. Banners. Alright, so Kokomi came out 3 years ago, 3 years and 1 month ago. And it's been 1 year and 3 months since she's been featured last. So, let me see what we got here. 9, 10, 11, 12, 1, 2, 3, 6 months after release. 6 months later. And then again 10 months later. And now it's been so 6, 6, 10. Now it's been 15. All right, well, upcoming banners. I know the next banner is going to be all archers. And then phase 2, we got Zhongli, which I wouldn't mind having. So I got some time to save up. I can do some stuff now and save up. Any predictions on a Kokomi rerun? Yeah, it seems like she's going to have a rerun soon, but I've got time to save up. All right. So what we're going to do next is I think we're going to do Kazua's. He seems like a good one to do. Kazuma. That music. Something about it just doesn't sound right. Sorry, just texting. All right, let's give some people a chance to catch on to that. I don't want autofill, I want paste. Why can't I paste? How do you spell Zhongli? I just misspelled Zhongli. On the road. Hi! Alright, so I just got done with Kokomi, and I am super in love. But I was looking at the other banners. I thought about trying to pull for another Staff of Homa, but even if I do get one, it's really just a refinement. I'm not ready to start refining my weapons yet. So I did the math. I looked around, and I was like, I'm going to get a 5-star. I am going to get a 5-star with this many pulls. But my 50-50 is in play because my literal last pull, I don't know if this is popping up or not, because my YouTube isn't loading. Oh, sorry. But yeah, okay, so my last 5-star, my last literal pull was Raiden Shogun. So And that was winning the 50-50. So we're going to see how this goes. I'm sure we're going to get a lot of fun stuff in the meantime. Maybe some sea improvements. But I'm going to go for Nihida. Just because I feel like if I don't, I'm going to regret it. Alright, so. My next 5-star is guaranteed. I've got enough pulls to get a 5-star. I think I mean, technically not 100%, but pretty damn close.
Sorry, ma'am. Were you looking for me? Hello. I'm Sethos. What can I do for you? Actually, you know what? This seems like more of a sit-down conversation.
Oh, God.
Me. I know a good place.
Sethos! My first Sethos. Interesting. How many more of those will I get? Xeno. That's the good news, though, is I'm going to get a lot of Masterless Stardust and whatnot. I can definitely use some more of those. I am going to get about 7 or 8 4-stars. Oh, look! Look at that!
Nice to meet you.
What the
I've actually been watching you for a long time already.
The fuck?
My name's Nihida.
The
I know you
fuck?
like a child, but don't be fooled. I understand this world much better than any grown-up. Can we trade knowledge?
I don't look at that. I don't look at that. I don't know what the colors. I don't pay attention to that. Oh my god! What are like the little odds of getting two featured 5-stars in less than 20 pulls? Holy shit! I am the luckiest bastard ever in this game. Well, fuck. I mean, gee, should I try for Hu Tao? I've got her spear. Wow. I'd do it. Oh, I don't know. I mean, I'm not going to be pulling anything at all for the next banners. I'm not interested in the characters. They're all, I mean, silly Billy Trail. I probably should. I mean, look at all that. Look at all those Primo Gems just sitting there. Plus, it will build up the pity for Zhongli. So, I guess. Let's keep it going. Look at it! Oh, wow! No way! All Cephos all day. Oh, and
I'm Kuki Shinobu, deputy leader of the Arataki gang.
She's cute.
We offer a wide range of services, including but not limited to transport and logistics, security, home repair, and musical performances.
Wow.
Please feel free to contact me if you need anything.
Nice outfit. Love the mask. Good social distancing there. You even got a long-range weapon so you can stay 6 feet away from your opponent. Good. She's very COVID forward. Not bad. Two 4-stars in one pull. I swear to fucking goddess, if I pull Hu Tao by the time I'm done with this, I'm gonna go buy a fucking lottery ticket. Favonius Greatsword might be helpful. Right? Honestly, so that's my 4-star here, but the Favonius Greatsword has always been in the top of the top charts for Navia's weapon. Although that serpent spine that I have of hers is actually pretty good too. I've always had pretty decent luck. Am I going to cap Sethos out on this run? I'm at, what, C3 already? Yeah, I think I'm at like a C3. So much Masterless Stardust. I still got at least 3 more polls to go. Yeah. Yeah, I got about exactly 3 more polls. I got Nahida on my fucking second. No fucking way! I saw that! I saw that! That was gold. I saw that, didn't right? I am good! Oh! Full score!
Healthy posture.
The luckiest fucking bitch on the planet!
Line of work, aren't you?
I got 15 minutes before the lottery ticket stops selling. I'm gonna go get myself a pick 5 or something. Oh my goddess. Not only did I hit 5 stars way before I should have, I won the 50-50 3 times in a row. Or actually, no, 2 times because Raiden was guaranteed. Well, I guess I can stop pulling now. Favonius Lance. My goddess. I have literally gotten a 5-star featured on 3 fucking banners this run. What the fuck? Fuck it. Let's do it. Let's waste the rest of them on this. Maybe I'll get that Staff of Homa for R1. Why not? I'm just... Dragonsbane. Oh, good. I am going to fuck. Oh, I'm just a little shy. Damn it. Wow. Wow. And I got that on video too. Welcome, newbies. Like I needed another fucking pyro with a pole. Do you know how many fucking pyros and pole arms I have right now? Well, I do need to build a second team so that I can actually have a chance in the abyss. Because now that I'm at a point where you have to have 2 teams to get through. Once I'm done in with Inazuma. Yeah, I'll be pressing the buttons for you. Oh no! No! Say it! Say it! Say it! Say it! Oh, that's so cute!
Toodaloo.
Oh, she's adorable. Oh yeah, I think I remember her.
Silly churl, Billy churl, silly Billy Hilly churl.
Oh, I fucking love it! I love it! I want that as a ringtone. Like the whole animation, everything. I'll have to look up these voices, see if I recognize them from anywhere else. Zeno Robinson! Caruso! Alright, well, you have a few of these. Alright, I'll look through all these people later. See if they're worth... Wait. What? Oh, you took your mask off. Oh, oh, you cute. I like that. But she's in Inazuma? I don't remember her. I've been on Inazuma for like months. Well, a month or 2. But was she an Arataki gang deputy? I don't remember her.
If you
I'm just going to get my no, she's not part of the... Okay, because I've been doing like not main story. I've been doing world quests left and right. So I'm interested to see figure out why I haven't... I mean, I've been like all the fuck over Inazuma doing all sorts of fucking quests. Can't wait to see where she pops up. Alright, Alright, so I'm just going to level these guys up to level 20, and then I'll do Kazua's story. And once again, right before I go ahead and do the Archon quest for a whole new Archon quest line, I have the Archon ahead of the quest.
Silly churl, Billy
God, I fucking love it!
Silly Billy Hilly churl. Ooh.
I love it! Okay. Alright, so that was fun. Alright, so I'm holding off on this because 15 days? Fuck. I'm going to hold off on it because I want to accumulate the 34. And I want to have that always, just because if I can get... I want to see what these are going to be. These might be useful. I don't know. Because some of these characters can only be found in the normal pull, the permanent one. But, alright, what am I missing here? Oh, what am I missing here? Why can't I see it? Oh, there it is. Alright. That puts me at 8. Alright. We'll do Kazua's story now, I guess. As promised. Kadahera Kazuha. A strange and friendless road. Hey, do I finally have enough money to do this? No! Damn it. And I need to start catching some of these fuckers. No. I can get... well, I own 10. I already own 10. Alright. I found out you can catch so much shit. Alright, let's go see what Kazuha is up to.
It's been a while since we first set foot on Inazuma. So many things have happened since
So many. It has not been a while since we set foot on Inazuma, Paimon. We've been here the whole time.
Yeah, we've definitely made some progress on her. So, where should we go today? Huh? What's up?
Oh, that looks scary. A sudden attacker. You really want a piece of this? Come on. Exactly, game changer reference.
Now you shall perish.
Why is your health not going down?
Huh? So you don't have a vision after all? Seems like I've mistaken you for someone else.
At the very least, you should make sure you've got the right person before you go attacking them. No, wait. Even when you've got the right person, you shouldn't go
Paimon.
attacking them out of the blue. It's dangerous.
Have you ever met someone by the name of Kaedahara Kazuha? He carries
Nope.
a sword just like
Don't know him.
I've also heard that he possesses an animo vision.
Don't know him.
That's none of your business.
It is if you want me to answer your question.
Never mind. You don't look like you know anything anyway. I'm
How do you
wasting
see out of that helmet?
What the heck is this guy's problem? Coming around here, waving that weird sword in our faces, and he didn't even apologize. Seems like a real nutcase. Well, one thing's for sure. No way are we telling him anything about Kazuha. Right? Paimon has a feeling, though, that even if this guy gets to challenge Kazuha to a duel, he won't be able to beat him. Anyway, just to be on the safe side, we should go fight Kazuha right away and tell him to watch his back.
Actually, I have a hunch.
Oh? What kind of hunch?
Special connection? Ooh. What kind of special connection?
Beyond already knowing each other? Yeah, maybe a little. But then again, most people look pretty much the same once they start fighting, so that doesn't really prove anything. Paimon heard that the Crux fleet is stocking up in
The
Rito
Crux
at the
fleet?
moment. Let's look for him there.
How'd you hear that, Paimon? According to you, we haven't been on Inazuma in a while. Oh, Paimon. Alright, I saw something. Where was it? Where was it? Where'd you go? Really? I thought I saw an Electro Sealy just chilling around over here. No? Oh, there you are. Yeah, I think that's just a farming area. Oh, don't tell me you're gonna go in there. Never mind. Alright, where's the bush? I need a bush. I need a bush. Anyone got a bush? Let's see. Calling all bushes. No Georges, though. Seriously? There's no bushes around here? How the hell? Thank you. Oh, ow, 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 come on, come on. I'm rated Shogun. That should not be a problem. Where'd it go? Where'd it go? Where'd it go? Sealy. Come here, Sealy. Get back over. Oh, I hate these fuckers. I'm good. Electro Sealies are the worst. You can lose track of them so quickly. Alright. Where's my Kazuha? Where's my Rito? You're in Rito. Oh, yeah, I guess. I keep forgetting Rito is like where I first landed. I've been here for so long that because like I was still doing the Leeway shit when I came here because I had Raiden and I wanted to upgrade her and I needed to get so far into this before I could finish, before I went back to Leeway and finished Leeway. Did the chasm and the veil and all that fun shit.
Hello? Do you know where Kazuha is?
My butt.
You're looking for Kazuha too, huh? Guess he must have done something impressive after all.
Uh-oh.
Well, we took the small vessels into Rito on a routine supply run, only this time, as soon as we entered the harbor, we ran into a huge crowd of Inazumans, all of them wanting to know about Kazuha. If it's because of that battle on Nizuchi Beach, Captain Beto had a great run there too, but I don't see her getting this kind of attention. Kazuha keeps to himself most of the time. In fact, there are times when he doesn't even listen to the captain, but she just laughs it off.
And I also have Beto, so...
So, you still don't know what he did?
I've heard bits and pieces. Something about him blocking the Raiden Shogun's Muso no Hitotachi. Is it really as big a deal as everyone's making it out to be? Really? Wow. When you put it like that, it all makes sense.
I forgot about that.
In that case, his newfound stardom is well deserved. He was called away earlier by some people from the Tenryou Commission. They said they had something important to discuss with him. I thought they'd come to arrest him at first. Turns out they couldn't have been friendlier to him. Seems like they really respect the guy.
Just a little while ago, this would have been completely unimaginable. Thank you! Guess we'll go pay a visit to the Tenryou Commission.
All right then. I'll just stay here and carry on trying to fend off the crowd.
I think once I'm done with Inazuma, before I head to Sumeru, I'm going to do Leeway's story quest too. They seem to unlock shit. I didn't realize that they unlocked actual like shit that I wanted to do. I thought they were all just like kind of self-contained storylines. You know, just a little something to get to know the characters better. How far is this? Oh, yeah, and I was going to walk there. And fuck that. Alright, let's see what they got to say. I think last time I entered one of these, I had to fight a lot. God, is this where I fought the fucking Senora?
It's you.
Oh, Kazuha.
Greetings. We were just discussing the repealing of the Vision Hunt Decree.
Yeah,
Since you're
Kuchu
here,
Kamachi.
you're very welcome to listen in on the conversation. We invited Mr. Kaidahara here to extend a gesture of goodwill on behalf of the Shogunate. Your hard work has secured for us the agreeable state of affairs that we now enjoy.
Last time I saw him, he nearly got his head cut off by
to correct my
Raiden.
clan's past mistakes, and for that,
Actually, by A.
I'm deeply grateful.
It wasn't even the
The
puppet;
Almighty
it was
Shogun
A
has
herself.
issued a large array of directives aimed at resolving, or at least easing, the tensions that have built up over the years. The Tri-Commission has made the recommendation to use this opportunity to restore the honor of the Kaidahara name. Regarding the history of the Kaidahara clan, I trust that you're already somewhat informed? In short, there was once a group of select bladesmiths who served the Shogun directly, responsible for upholding and further developing the traditional blade forging arts of the Almighty Shogun. The Kaidahara clan belonged to this class. But there came a time when some of these bladesmiths revolted and fled to Snezhnaya. Both the Kaidahara and Kamisato clans were held accountable for lax oversight and entered a period of great turmoil. We later learned that the whole misadventure had been secretly orchestrated by the Fatui. Attributing all of the blame to the Kamisato and Kaidahara clans was neither proper nor just. Considering Mr. Kaidahara has once more made an outstanding contribution to Inazuma, the Almighty Shogun believes he should not only be rewarded for his achievements, but also receive recompense for the excessive punishment borne by his clan in the past. In the interest of preventing further harassment of the Bladesmith clans by the Fatui, we chose not to publicly release the findings of our investigations into these matters. We trust you can understand why this was necessary.
What was that?
This is a true honor. I am delighted to be in a position to receive the goodwill of the Almighty Shogun and the Shogunate at large. However, would I be correct to assume that this magnanimous gesture does not come without some strings attached?
I can assure you that nothing could be further from the truth. We seek only to correct a past injustice. With the Kaidahara clan's reputation and occupation restored, the Kaidaharas will be bladesmiths once more, and your wanderings will finally come to an end. You will be able to lead a safe and prosperous life in Inazuma City.
So is this a guy that was looking for him? One of the other from the other clan?
To life among the elements. I fear I would no longer feel at home behind the tall walls of a stately abode. Yet my ancestors did indeed take great pride in the name of Kaidahara, and the art of blade making for which it stood. I do have a responsibility to restore their honor.
I sense some hesitation in your words. Should you accept this offer, I imagine many of the malicious rumors currently circulating through the populace will disappear.
Malicious rumors? All we heard on the way here was so much praise that we almost wondered whether there was another Kaidahara
Paimon!
Well, to some, the Muso no Hitotachi is something that can never be defeated. They cannot accept the idea that Mr. Kaidahara really parried the Shogun's strike. Also, eyewitnesses saw him using the power of Electro in addition to that of Animo. As a result, the falsehood that Kaidahara Kazuha was using a delusion began to spread.
Wait, what?
But that doesn't make sense. Using a delusion turns you old and frail, and Kazuha still looks fine.
I love the
That is
whole
correct.
delusion vision
However, to some
comp
people,
thing.
the idea
Like,
of a single person wielding two elements at once is a more inconceivable notion still.
This is just one of many similar rumors. I am very uncomfortable with being the subject of public discussion, no matter whether it brings suspicion or stardom my way. But perhaps if the Shogunate is willing to publicly support me, this situation will blow over more quickly.
This is precisely why I encourage you to give our offer some serious thought. It stands to benefit all of us.
Please allow me some time to consider. In fact, let us put this discussion on hold for the moment.
what's a Reiki?
Well then, what brings the two of you here?
Yikes! We nearly forgot about the most important thing!
Why would such a dangerous individual be looking
What's
for
a
me?
Reiki?
No. This puzzles me as much as it does you. My fighting forms were taught to me by my family.
Okay.
Based on techniques
I got that
originally
much,
for
but
blade testing. We undergo rigorous training
anybody
to
else I
standardize
know?
every motion the blade is put through, so that each can be fairly assessed for quality. Over time, these techniques came to form something of a kind of sword art.
Reiki's the character he does?
But with a full repertoire of combat forms. Those forms are quite different from the more practical ones typically used by samurai in battle. So it's hard to imagine that the similarity you speak of was coincidence alone.
All the more reason to watch your back. This guy was a serious nutcase.
Really?
Indeed.
Serious nutcase. All he did was try to attack somebody.
Anyone he targets is at risk of serious injury, or worse.
In that case, I will send some men out immediately to search for him.
Thank you. I must say I am now very curious about this matter, and I will also need some time to consider your offer. I will first join the Traveler in investigating the one who attacked her, then give you a conclusive answer upon my return.
Very well. Please stay safe.
Come on. Let's go and track down your aggressor.
The detective agency knows the most about what goes on in town.
Does it?
Let's see what Ryuji has to say.
Ryoichi? Oh, you can make me walk that far? Rude. Hi. Could you imagine?
Hey there. We'd like to ask you a quick question. Do you know if anyone around here has been looking for him?
Never mind.
For Kaidahara Kazuha, we mean.
Aha! So this is the renowned Mr. Kaidehara. I've heard a lot about you. It is an honor to finally meet you today.
You are too kind. We are currently investigating an assault and would appreciate any help you can offer.
Oh? You were targeted in an assault? Let me think. I can't seem to recall anything of immediate interest. Mr. Kaidehara is currently the talk of the town, so there are always a lot of people looking for him. To be honest with you, our detective agency has recently been receiving many inquiries from people wishing to obtain Mr. Kaidehara's personal information. Some of them were offering us millions of mora just to gather the information they want. If these were more legitimate commissions, Sango would have snapped them up in an instant.
Sango.
Millions?
Paimon, settle down.
Whoa. Oh, wait, even at that
Kitty.
price, you probably still shouldn't.
Please, accept my thanks for looking out for my privacy.
Of course. No matter what, we only take on legitimate cases. We don't make our money by revealing details of other people's day-to-day life just for the sake of it. Sorry, I got a little off topic. What I'm really trying to say is, it doesn't surprise me that a complete stranger is looking for Mr. Kaidehara. But I wouldn't know where to begin if we want to connect this with an assault.
Then let's put that connection aside for now.
With a salt and
Have there
pepper.
been any other attacks or similar incidents recently that stand out as particularly unusual? The Tenryou Commission had very few leads. I thought you might have some information from different sources.
It's true that the commissioners aren't clued up about every little thing that goes on out in the streets. But typically, it's only the most trivial events that manage to escape their attention. If anyone had been out there attacking people, that would be assault, in which case the Tenryou Commission would absolutely get involved.
That does make sense. Uh-oh. Looks like the trail's already run cold.
I still find it difficult to believe that whoever attacked you hasn't been causing any trouble elsewhere.
And why did they attack
Few people possess
her?
your prowess in battle. So unless you were the first person he targeted, someone is certain to have been hurt by now. I am well aware of your talents. There is no need to be humble around me. In fact, I'm quite relieved that you were the one he targeted. It would cause me great grief to see someone become critically injured or lose their life because of me.
Oh, but it's okay if they attack me. Because I can handle myself.
Don't worry, we'll find him.
It seems you are every bit the selfless hero they make you out to be, Mr. Kaidehara. Surely this same concern for your fellow man is what drove you to fearlessly raise your blade against the almighty Shogun.
You flatter me. Truth be told, I don't know quite what came over me in that moment.
You are much too humble.
Oh.
Don't worry, I completely understand your concerns.
It does bother me a little bit how
try my
the
best to gather whatever
voice
lights I can
acting doesn't quite match up with the lips, and I think that's just because
there was one strange
the
incident
language that it's
last few
animated
days.
for is more
Doesn't
concise
involve an
language.
attack, though. Let me tell you about it just in case.
Sure. During times like this, the more information we have, the better.
All right then. Recently, 2 people went missing from the city at around the same time. One of them is a pretty well-known collector, surnamed Nagato. The other, Amenoma Yuya, is a samurai
Animal?
from the Amenoma clan.
Amenoma. Now there's a familiar name.
Is it?
Right. Yuya is the nephew of Amenoma Toga,
who's
the owner
Yuya?
of Amenoma Smithy. 2 grown men going missing at the same time.
It's easy. That's why I never really liked
Their cases are
stuff
likely
with
connected.
Japanese
I
names.
don't know much in the
'cause
way of details.
I'm not good at separating
I recall
them.
this because Amenoma Yuya is also an accomplished martial artist who is skilled with the blade. Perhaps he is the one you are looking for.
Understood, though it seems highly unlikely to me. I neither know this man, nor do I have any idea why he may wish to attack me.
Sure, can't hurt. We never know what we might find out along the way.
Thank you, Ryuji. We'll start by making
Does
some
Paimon get
inquiries into
tired of
Amenoma
floating? Does
Smithy.
that take energy?
Sounds good. All the best with your investigation. I'll get moving shortly myself.
I mean, if my legs were just hanging there, that would feel weird. Yeah, see, I guess I wasn't paying attention to the names.
Ah, if it isn't Kaedehara Kazuha, what brings you here today?
Huh? You two know each other?
Well, why wouldn't they?
Yes, the Kaedehara and Amenoma clans were both members of the Raiden Gokaden. Historically, there have always been deep links between the 2 clans. After I returned to Inazuma, I visited Mr. Amenoma to pay my respects. Let me quickly explain. The Raiden Gokaden was the collective term for the 5 most acclaimed bladesmithing arts in Inazuma. The techniques of blade making were personally bequeathed to the Raiden Gokaden by the almighty Shogun, and over time, further honed and enhanced by the most talented craftsmen. Unfortunately, a series of events led to the gradual decline of many clans in the bladesmithing trade. Today, only the Amenoma clan has kept its art alive.
So sad.
It is a great pity indeed. In the old days, we each had our specialties. And just as iron sharpens iron, so too did we learn much from each other.
Iron sharpens
As an
iron.
example, the Amenoma art strives to emulate the abiding patience and determination of water as it turns stone to sand. There is nothing mystical to our work. There is only practice, day in and day out, until both body and mind have memorized the craft, turning each motion of every technique into an intrinsic part of the bladesmith's life. As for the art of the Kaedehara clan, I believe it's called the Ishin art.
Ishin? Ishin?
Ishin art strives for complete harmony between blade and mind from the moment that forging begins. For only a blade thus forged can capture and convey its maker's thoughts and feelings, and eventually become an extension of its wielder's will.
Indeed. Most samurai choose their blades.
I wonder if I can...
But an Ishin blade chooses its owner.
Sorry, I
You
just
are,
got an idea.
Without a doubt, the most worthy wielder of a
And I think I'm going to give it a try later today.
It gladdens my heart to see that although the Kaedahara clan has fallen on hard times, its ideals and virtues are alive and well.
You overestimate me.
Right?
My
No
actions
kidding.
are guided by my own personal sentiments, not by any noble aspirations on behalf of my clan.
It ain't that deep.
Let's get back on topic. The purpose of our visit today is to gather some information on your missing nephew. We hope to assist with the investigation. It may turn out that this case is connected to another we are pursuing.
Ah, yes.
He sounds so calm. I swear, I would absolutely peg him for Pyro because they mix up the fucking colors. Like 90% of every vision holder is a color matching their vision. But then every once in a while they throw somebody in a different color scheme.
On what to make of it, but I've done what I can so far. Worrying is futile.
Like Linny, isn't Linny a fucking Pyro?
All I can do now is wait for the news from the Tenryo Commission.
We heard that there was a collector involved in the disappearance too. Know anything about that?
Yes. On the morning that Yuya went missing, he gave me a very cryptic look and said that he was going to give me a great gift. I believe he went to collect the item from Mr. Nagato after that. The next thing I heard was that a fire had broken out at the warehouse. And neither of them came back.
A fire?
Yes. Strange, isn't it?
Doctor Strange.
I wonder what could have caused it.
Pyro?
Unfortunately, there was very little evidence left
It
behind.
was Rhea. Rhea
So nobody
didn't
knows
start
what
it.
really happened.
Do you have any thoughts on what Yuya may have wanted to give you?
If I had to guess, it must have been some kind of rare weapon. Otherwise, there would have been no reason for him to get my hopes up. He's never been particularly interested in blade forging, but has always had a fondness for blade testing, and can sense even the most minute differences in blade quality.
That's pronounced minute.
He is extraordinarily talented in martial arts, particularly when it comes to the art of the sword.
Truth be told, we have some information that you may find to be objectionable. The person we are looking for, he attacked this friend of mine.
Aw, my friend.
Based on the evidence we have gathered so far, only Yuya seems to match the suspect's profile.
What? No. Absolutely impossible.
I'm gonna have to go back to this video later
Not that kind of person.
and do a supercut of like all the times I was simping over Coco Me.
The goal of calming his mind. He has never gotten into a fight before.
Huh. Is that so?
Yes. If there's one thing I can say for certain, it's that Yuya would never draw his blade without a very good reason.
Yuya.
But, with that said, it's equally out of character for him to just disappear, with neither farewell nor fair warning. I also cannot know what course of action he might be capable of if coerced, or otherwise compelled by circumstances unbeknownst to me. Anyway, should you find him, please let me know as soon as possible.
Don't worry. You have our word.
From the sound of that, Paimon doesn't think Yuya was the one who attacked us as well.
Yes. It sounds as if something happened when the two men met each other. Let's pay a visit to the Nagato household.
Alright, so I figured out why I don't like the story quests as much as doing other stuff or just playing other games and going through the storyline. It's because I can't fast forward through the dialogue. I read so much faster than I hear. And without being able to just fast forward through the dialogue, it's like, oh, this story is taking forever. Like, I'd have all the storylines, all the story quests done right now if I could just fast forward through dialogue. For some reason, they don't even have like a speed setting, just nothing. It's weird.
I'm very sorry, but we cannot afford to pay what we owe right now.
My husband has gone missing, and I'm
Not
still trying
here
to
for
find
that.
him.
No, you misunderstand us. We are here to help with the investigation. We'd like to ask you some questions about Mr. Nagato's disappearance, if we may.
Ah, I see. I thought the debt collectors had come to visit again. I'm sorry you have to see me in this dreadful state. Has some new information come out? Do you know where he's gone?
I don't think that voice matches that
I'm afraid
animation.
we don't have any new information at the
I mean,
moment.
not just the animation,
We're still trying
but
to
the
find out
character.
as much as we can to inform our search. With this in mind, can we perhaps ask some questions about your family's current situation?
For example, Paimon's struggling to understand why a collector would be strapped for Mora.
That's a long story. Ever since I've known him, he's been an avid collector of all sorts of things. He'd always get so animated when he was showing them to me. I knew nothing about the items myself, but seeing how enthusiastic and excited they made him,
Yeah.
I was happy to believe that they were just extremely important to him.
That's a good
Everything was
wife.
fine when we first got married.
Good wife.
But as time went by, things changed for the
Would
worse.
like to see a scrap collector.
Uh-oh. What happened?
He lost his sense of restraint. He started buying more and more things, and even resorted to borrowing money just so he could pay for them. Our expenses really spiraled out of control when he started getting interested in weapons. It was awful. There were days when he'd spend hours down at the warehouse, admiring his weapons even as debt collectors were descending upon our house.
Uh-oh.
He wouldn't sell them, wouldn't even touch them.
Sounded like
Just
someone
sat there
was
staring
cursed.
at them like he was in a trance. I'm happy he has a hobby, and I'm willing to support him. But making ends meet has to come first. I've tried talking to him about it so many times, but he never listens. On the last day that I saw him, I gave him an ultimatum. I said,
Ooh,
if
divorce.
he refused to sell his collectibles and pay off his debts, I would divorce him and take
I
the children
don't
with
mean
me.
to laugh, but I feel like this is like seriously like real world
That led to an
issues.
argument.
Actually, it didn't. Generally, he's a quiet man who likes to go with the flow. On most things, he leaves the decision-making to me. You must understand, I never would have dreamed of threatening him with divorce if the debts hadn't pushed our family to the brink. After I said those words, he froze and was silent for a long time. When he finally spoke, he awkwardly mumbled that he would pick out a few items to sell.
That's a start.
His voice was so meek and pitiful that I felt an urge to take everything back. But then what? If I didn't draw the line, what would happen to our family?
Bad things?
Had I not indulged his bad habits, we wouldn't have found ourselves in such a predicament. And I also don't know if he had actually come to his senses, or if he was simply angry with me. The next thing I heard was that our warehouse had caught fire, and both he and the buyer had gone missing.
Oh, who set the house on fire? Who set the warehouse on fire?
Amin Omeyuya came to purchase a weapon from Mr. Nagato. During the sale, a fire broke out at the warehouse, and both men disappeared.
At first, I assumed they must
Right.
have gotten into an argument over the price.
It's my first guess.
But my husband has never been one to negotiate. He never even had us when he's out buying groceries, so it's hard to imagine him getting into a fierce argument.
Maybe he was feeling the pressure from the debts?
So I've already burned sage, lavender, and dragon's blood once today. Now I'm just trying to figure out which one should I do again.
I don't know. He just disappeared after the warehouse burned down. Perhaps he's too afraid to come home now that all his collectibles have been lost in the fire, and he's got
Ooh,
no
I should
way
do
to
them
pay
all
off
at
our
once.
debts. Even though I'm still a little mad at him, we're a family.
If I gotta find my
and I want us to
butane, my
face our
gun,
family's
my
crisis
gun thing
together.
is running low. I don't
As
remember
long
where
as
the
he's willing
butane
to turn
went.
over a new leaf,
I think it's in the
know we can
box.
work things out.
Please don't get upset.
Wait, it's one of the smaller
There
boxes?
could be more to this situation than meets the eye. If collecting things is a habit that Mr. Nagato had his whole life, it is quite unusual for this habit to change so drastically over a short period. The information we gathered from the other side suggests Amenoma Yuya is also a mild-mannered man who would not be likely to start an argument. This situation is getting a little confusing.
A little confusing? More like completely mystifying.
Let's try a change
Fuck,
of
it's not
scenery
here.
and see if we can piece together what we've learned. Rest assured, we'll notify you if we find it.
Where the hell did I put my fucking butane?
Thank you so much. I just want him to come home.
Based on the information we've gathered so far, I can only surmise that the sales meeting between the two men was somehow the catalyst for their disappearance. The fire at the warehouse likely played a part in how the situation unfolded, though its exact role is a mystery. Do you have any thoughts?
No.
Well, Paimon was thinking that maybe someone accidentally knocked over an oil lamp and...
Accidentally?
Nope, never mind. Paimon's brain needs to rest for a while. Over to you.
I feel you, Paimon. I feel you.
Right. I very much agree with you. It seems highly likely that we're missing a piece of the puzzle. Working off what we know so far, there are too many things that don't add up. The chances are that there are still some clues left for us to discover. One fact that I keep coming back to is that Amenoma Yuya is polite and well-mannered, while Mr. Nagato is introverted and passive. Neither seems like the type of person who is inclined towards initiating conflict. Mr. Nagato, being heavily in debt, is also the only one of them with the potential motive to disappear after the fire. The more I ponder it, the more puzzling it becomes.
Speaking of fire.
What
Fire! Lighting fire.
Right. Although the time frame seems to broadly match, no other details that we've learned seem to link the two events together. Amenoma Yuya lacks a key distinguishing feature of the attacker, namely that he is principally a practitioner of the blade testing techniques of Amenoma art, not those of the combat-oriented Ishin art.
Darn!
Not to mention that the attacker was like huge.
It's starting to look like a wild goose chase.
Let's keep going, since we've come this far. If we can solve the case, both Mr. Amenoma and Mrs. Nagato will be able to get some closure.
Okay, but where should we go now?
Let's head out
Denny's.
of the city and check out the warehouse. There's still a chance we may be able to find some shreds of evidence.
Is there a Denny's? I would like to stop there first.
Wait. I hear something ominous in the wind.
Oh! This must be another one of those sounds that only you can hear. As sketchy as that whole thing seems, you did put it to good use when we were chasing down that vision thief at Beto's tournament.
Oh, that's right. That was so long ago.
Now I'm picking up a strong scent in addition to the sound.
It's like a masterless vision or something.
But there's nothing here.
It's gone now, but I can still sense the direction it left in.
Really?
It felt very much like that ancient presence in Inazuma. The remnants of the Tatarigami.
I don't remember that name.
Indeed. But this unexpected spring of inauspicious energy may prove to be of benefit to our investigation. We should remain vigilant and approach slowly.
Huh. So it's an underground warehouse.
The force is definitely coming from down below. The source of the Tatarigami energy has long since left this place, but the residue it left behind still hasn't dissipated completely. Judging from the concentration, I would have to conclude that the Tatarigami source resided here for a very long time.
Mrs. Nagato said her husband used to hang around the warehouse by himself a lot.
It could well be that
I
he
gotta
was
clean
already
up around
under
here
the
again.
influence of Tatarigami energy at that time.
Ooh, I see a treasure chest behind me.
Tatarigami does not turn all upon whom it preys into violent monsters, but most will develop a stubborn streak
I'm
upon being
supposed to remember
exposed
this
to the
thing, aren't I?
Tatarigami's unfulfilled will. Their interests become fanatical obsessions. Mr. Nagato had an interest in collecting to begin
I
with.
wish I knew.
The influence of Tatarigami could explain why he became an
I'm gonna-
obsessive hoarder, amassing more and more possessions, even as he put himself in grave debt.
So what should we do now? Go down and take a look?
Step back.
Hold on. Where's that? Where's the word? Where's that word? Tarigami.
If we don't open this door, we can move no closer to the truth.
Alright, it is a curse, a plague in the form of serpent god or Bashi. Before the travel the wards were destroyed, causing... God, I still don't remember this thing. The effects by the Tatarigami experience perpetual thunderstorm. Oh. So was the Tatarigami the thunderstorms that were happening that I cleansed like almost immediately?
You needn't worry. Both
Is
of
that
us
why I can't
have
remember
faced
it? Because it
far
was like
greater
the
dangers
first
than
thing I
this.
did when coming here?
Relatively speaking, the risk here is trivial.
First thing I did was get rid of those fucking storms. They were annoying the hell out of me.
What's down there?
That's not an auto again.
Everything's buried in debris. I can't see anything. It looks like the fire caused a cave-in, reducing the entire warehouse to rubble.
Is Kazuha Canadian? I think Kazuha's Canadian. He's got a maple leaf on his belt.
Paimon was so sure that the warehouse boogeyman was about to
Warehouse boogeyman?
All we can do now is keep searching in the direction that the Tatarigami energy source left this place. Two ordinary humans, entangled with the Tatarigami. Yes, let's go. If nothing else, it's vital
He
that we
does.
find out
He
where
really
this
does.
Tatarigami energy
He's
is coming
quiet. He's reserved.
Quiet
He's
your
polite.
and
He's
focus
got
on
maple
what you
leaves
see surrounding
on his outfit.
Perhaps you too will perceive its ominous presence in the wind.
If he talks about syrup at any point, follow the scent. Oh, look at that. Oh, it's stinky. Ew, it's all black. It's not elemental. Did that fox just dodge my blow? Holy fuck. It's seriously just like, Bill was like, nope. Alright, well, so basically my quest is follow the stink.
From this point, the trail appears to split into two. The main source of the Tatarigami energy continued on into the distance, but a small portion remained here, and seems to be dissipating slowly. Quite possibly.
I find it interesting, like, when they give you two choices, and it's actually the two choices are actually a split thought, because it doesn't matter which one you choose, it's going to be the same thought.
Whoa! Look at all those hilly churls.
Hilly churls, silly churl.
Something seems to be drawing their attention. Let's take a closer look.
Ooh, we get to fight?
With rocks. Coming at ya.
You know, as much as I mean, Raiden just does not have the DPS that Navia has. I'm trying to get her up there.
It's...
Look at this red stuff.
So Navia has a higher attack, but slightly slower
looks of it, a letter
speed with
written
attacking.
on a piece of torn clothing.
But it's not that big of a difference in the speed.
It must have been written quite some time ago. Well,
most games,
take a look.
the speed is enough of a trade-off. But this game, it's not.
According to this letter, a conflict arose because Amenoma Yuya wanted to
Oh, I didn't
seize
even
a
read that
blade
at all.
belonging to Mr. Nagato. Yuya started the fire that destroyed the
Okay.
warehouse and wounded Mr. Nagato in the fight. Mr. Nagato kept chase as long as he could, eventually stopping here to write this letter when his strength gave out.
Yeah, fuck, I didn't read that letter at all. I was too busy talking about my other shit. Alright, so Yuya, the blacksmith's clan member, started the fire. Nagato is the one that was in debt with the collectibles. Alright.
So, where is he?
He was not only mortally wounded, but also under the heavy influence of Tatarigami. Add to that the fact that its aura seems to have attracted a horde of monsters, and I'm afraid he may no longer be with us. Whatever traces there may have been of his fate beyond after this point, they've since been disturbed by the hilly churls.
Hilly churls.
There's nothing more for us to find here. Yes. Right now, we need to uncover some more important truths.
Like, why is there not a Denny's?
Attacking other people indiscriminately. Then the longer we take to find him,
God, I want Denny's now. They have great
the same
nachos.
tragic end.
They're open all night, right? But gee, I really don't want to go to Denny's alone. Is there anybody else that I can go and grab and come with me?
Influence of the Tatarigami. For a practitioner of the martial arts, the easiest desire to inflame would be their pursuit of further power and skill. All the clues that at first seemed disparate and disconnected. It seems that now we know the thread that
Do we know where Failbolt lives?
I have a hypothesis that, if it's correct, not only explains the series of events leading to the two men's disappearance, but also zeroes in on the attacker's identity.
Wait, you figured it out? So these two cases are connected after all?
I believe so. But it's something of an outlandish idea. I will only be able to confirm my suspicions once we've met him in person. On with the search. We must stay vigilant. At any point now, we may
Stay
find ourselves
vigilant.
in danger.
At any point now. Oh, look. They're giving me a quick way over there.
He seems to have stayed here for a long time.
Why here? Is there anything special about this place?
I'm not sure. But on closer examination, I sense that the aura may have lingered here at several different
Look at all the
points in
fucking maple leaves on his outfit.
Show yourself. It's no use hiding anymore.
Kazuha, Canadian, confirmed.
Kaedehara Kazuha. It's you, at last.
Aha! So it is the same guy from before.
Paimon says using ventriloquism.
What could you possibly
Yeah, he raised his voice. That was funny.
Indeed, there should be no enmity between us. If it is Amenome Yuya that stands before us.
Yeah, but it's not,
But
is
what
it?
if instead of facing Amenome Yuya, we are in fact facing the blade in
Oh, I thought that looked like super scary when I first saw it. Look, I called it. I called it earlier. Remember when they were saying that he started getting weapons and he was in a trance? I'm like, yeah, someone's possessed or cursed. I knew it. I called it. I was maybe half joking, but I still called it.
Now that you mention it, it is giving off a strange light.
It's giving.
Oh, surely you don't mean... Are you serious?
Tatarigami energy often lodges itself within physical objects, then works to subtly affect any living organisms in its vicinity. The blade has resided in Mr. Nagato's warehouse for many years, affecting his state of mind, and more recently using the sale as a means to affect, or rather as a means to occupy, Amenome Yuya's body.
But why does the blade want
You're
Kazuha?
sharper than I thought. You've already deduced the truth of the matter. Many, many years ago, I was forged by a famed bladesmith of the Ishin tradition.
Okay.
I was his pride and joy. In me, he placed all his hopes and dreams.
This is a blade talking now.
As a descendant of the Kaedehara clan, you should be able to guess our greatest regret.
I presume it has something to do with the Raiden Gokaden.
Indeed. At that point in time, he failed to live up to the Raiden Shogun's expectations. In the end, all he could do was to flee the nation by sea on a
Wait, who
ship
was he?
bound for Snezhnaya.
The person who made the blade?
He was a bladesmith of great renown, a master of his craft.
Okay,
There
okay.
was nothing that he could not accomplish. All he needed was more time and a little faith.
So he's talking about the guy who created him.
And sure enough, in the end, he achieved what he had set out to do. All of his life's work, his wisdom, his skill, it culminated in his creation of me. He not only
What is
bestowed upon me the
TGCF?
greatest of
I'm
strength,
trying to figure that
but
one out.
also endowed me with a consciousness of my own. In her conceit, the Raiden Shogun lost not only the single most perfect blade in the entire world,
I thought I knew all of your
irreplaceable achievement
obsessions.
in the art of blade forging.
So... swords? Can become
But this is what Paimon struggles with?
The people of the time in which I was born never believed I had that kind of power. They saw me as a mere blade, a sharp and well-crafted one, but in all other respects an ordinary weapon. But that gave me the opportunity to take action. After the death of my creator, I decided to leave Snezhnaya and began my long quest to return to the distant land of Inazuma. Moving from one
But that
person
doesn't.
to the next,
No, it's not. That's not how.
the minds
That's
of
not how
countless
abbreviations
hosts along
work.
the way, each bringing me one step closer to my ancestral home. I seek but one thing: to face the full force of the Raiden Shogun's blade and prove my power, the might of Ishin art.
Ah, so Amenome Yuya was not your first victim. Tell me, what happens to those you've possessed when
Oh,
you've
for
finished
fuck's sake.
My hosts? Who cares what happens to them? They are but tools that serve my mission.
I thought it was like, thank Goddess, Cunt Friday.
I hopped to the next one in line. All I needed them for was to take me back to Inazuma.
You're awful.
After I returned to Inazuma, I decided to bide my time in Nagato's warehouse
Don't ask.
until Amenome Yuya handed himself over to me on a silver plate. At long last, I'm approaching my journey's destination. By Amenome Yuya's body, I have found you, and by your hand, I shall defeat the Raiden Shogun.
Kaedehara Kazuha.
Oh!
You stood against the Raiden Shogun's Muso no Hitotachi.
The great Chef Fred.
Be no
I can buy
to
that.
serve as my host for what is to come.
So that's the deal.
Give your body over to me.
The Blade wants him because of his skill. Oh, look, I get to be Kazuha. Look! Oh, no wonder you like him.
We shall rewrite history.
That is a useful skill. But I can also do that with the gadget I have.
We shall rewrite history.
Torn to oblivion. There is no escape.
Rewrite history. Do not stand in my way.
Yeah, so is Navia and Raiden.
Your bluff's fooling no one. You've lost.
Navia is just like such a powerhouse.
This body that has reached its limit, nothing more. Even if you defeat me here, the one who falls will not be me, but this man. He is but a puppet that can be replaced. I can take a new vessel at will. The end result is the same. I will, and even if I were to lose my physical form, it is but a small setback. My consciousness shall
Paimon getting all upset. That was cute.
Necessary and any medium available, I shall return and fulfill my destiny.
Your fighting style. It is indeed the forms of Ishin art. But from your movements, I sense only hatred and arrogance, as well as a thinly veiled mania and despair.
Really? You can tell all that just from his moves?
Well, yeah.
As I've mentioned before, the forms of Ishin art convey the user's thoughts and feelings.
Don't fight angry.
Since the blade is currently possessing Aminome Yuya's body, its movements...
Who's standing patiently aside while he explains this?
The mania is probably due to your desperate, single-minded ambition. You believe I am your only hope.
Are you trying to claim that I am helpless without you?
Yeah, I kind of like the story.
On his deathbed, he passed to me all of Ishin Art's secrets.
I'm trying to figure out what's going on here, and just turns out it's a possessed blade. I like that.
In that regard, why would I ever need your help?
Because all of that is in the past. I've been wondering why you've not caused more trouble in all the years that you've been in Inazuma. If you are indeed a cursed blade that can possess its owner.
Good question.
Now that I've seen inside your mind, everything finally makes sense. You weren't biding your time. You were trapped.
Aww.
After all the time that's passed, you have grown weak. To the point that you are now unable to acquire a new host without making physical contact.
Oh, that's right. Paimon remembers now. Mr. Nagato had a habit
As-
of never touching his collectibles.
As never touching his what?
Mr. Nagato witnessed his wife's distress and decided to sell his collectibles. Did you finally have an opportunity to reach out to Aminome Yuya?
Yeah, it's all coming together now.
And what of it?
Well, that
Well
brings
written,
me to
well
my
written.
second point. There's a despair in you.
They
that
really
is so
could do
strong
well
it
to make an
threatens to
animated
overwhelm you.
version of this.
You
They
were
got enough
determined
source material to make a
fulfill
whole
your maker's
series.
ambition, whatever the cost. But this ambition is too grand and too heavy for you to bear. Each step you have taken has come at a great cost. I think you realized your limitations long ago. The more you clenched your teeth and pressed forward, the greater your fear of losing everything you had achieved grew.
So here's the thing.
And
Look,
more you
back in
wished
my
to
day,
run from the truth.
they used to have more than enough cartoons to play for once a day for a whole year. Like every day there, like every weekday there was a different cartoon, and so like seriously, you go look at like season 1 of Ninja Turtles. It's like 50 some odd episodes. I mean, they could easily just do that. Just, the animation can be okay, but like seriously, they've got enough story here. Do it.
But the way I see it,
Just make a whole
What
shitload of
began as an
episodes.
ambition has long since become a delusional fantasy.
Doesn't even have to be a coherent storyline. Just people running around in this world.
About any of this, I'm just one step away from achieving my goal.
You returned to Inazuma to prove the unparalleled brilliance of Ishin art. But to make this arduous journey, you committed countless atrocities and showed a blatant disregard for human life. Even if you were to sever that divine light, is this truly the outcome that your maker would have desired?
Sure, why not?
Sure, you inherited the secrets of Ishin art. But even as you made your journey to honor this legacy, you treated the ones who wielded you as mere tools to do your bidding.
The way most people do to a sword.
Could you possibly
Kind of
unleash the
ironic.
full potential of Ishin art when you act in perfect discordance with the principle of harmony between a blade and its bearer?
Silence, you blabbering fool. I must achieve my goal. This was his life's dream, and the very purpose for which I was brought into being. I will concede that you are most perceptive. You see my predicament clearly. But you also underestimate my resolve.
And you should face reality.
Easy for you to say. Facing reality offers me nothing. I have no need of anything that would stand in my way. Not hesitation, not self-reflection, and certainly not your so-called reality.
Yes, I shun reality.
It is pointless to argue further, descendant of the Kaedahara clan. If you wish to save
Alright, have fun playing the Honky Tonk Star Rail game.
How stubbornly you stick to your wayward path. I do not believe for a second that you can challenge the almighty Shogun in your current state. So let us make a bet. And I will
Honky
put your
Tonk.
strength to
That's
the
what it's called,
test.
right? Honky Tonk Star
You're
Rail?
not planning to agree to his demands.
Very well. Then find yourself some enemies with whom you wish to cross blades. A taste of my power will more than convince you. Once we have dealt with them, we shall proceed to Tenshukaku.
And as
Chicago.
for your end of the bargain, if you
Ten
lose,
Chicago.
you must release Amenoma Yuya from your control.
I accept.
I accept.
Do this, Kazuha!
Do this, Kazuha! You're dealing with a cursed blade that can possess people. Do this,
This is the
Kazuha!
only way to save Amenoma Yuya. If we don't do this, he'll forever be the blade's puppet. The cursed blade's strength is currently very weak, and I sense he's hesitating. This suggests his heart is still not completely devoid of honor. The power of the Tatarigami lies in intensifying existing obsessions. This is the reason Mr. Nagato and Amenoma Yuya fell prey to it. Since I don't have any similar kinds of obsessions,
'Cause you're
I should
Canadian.
be able to put up some resistance for a while.
But even so...
Even if things take a turn for the worse, I still have you both here with me. We have a
Aw,
chance here
that's
to
so
save an
sweet.
innocent victim. I am willing to accept the risks entailed.
Your disdain for me betrays your woeful ignorance. I agreed to this bet because there are things I wish to learn too. Now,
This definitely took an interesting turn. Do it. Do it, Kazuha. Yes. Super Saiyan Kazuha.
Kazuha?
I'm okay. I felt a little dizzy at first, but only for a moment. It's all right. So far, this was as I expected. I will. Thank you.
What should we do next? Have you got a plan, Kazuha?
We find some
Plans. That's a
Although
good plan.
This blade has endured much turmoil. It probably hasn't experienced many real fights. If a blade built for Ishin art cannot enter a state of harmony between blade and bearer, it cannot unleash its true power. If he wants to avoid reality, then we need to fight until he has no choice but to face it.
Interesting.
He shouldn't last long in an intense combat
Can we check on the guy that was just recently possessed?
Paimon remembers
Please?
hearing about something from the Adventurers Guild. Since the Takasukasa clan abandoned that secret base, it's been held by Ronin ever since.
Ah, all right. Please lead the way.
Good check. Are we going to? Yes, thank you, Paimon. Finally, the first smart thing you've said all game.
Says he'll let Amenoma Yuya trail us silently. Although he hasn't regained his own consciousness yet, he is not in any immediate danger.
Are we sure this is a good idea?
Probably not.
It's a pretty treacherous journey. Okay, fine. Just be careful.
Alright. I have a feeling we're almost done with this quest line. Oh. As long as I'm here. Nope, wrong thing. Never mind. Don't. Oh, shortcut. I like shortcuts. Join.
Illusion shattered.
Weed. Oh, that's right, this secret base. Alright, I guess we're doing this. Sorry, Kazuha. Oh, it's only
Leave
Kazuha.
everything on this journey to me.
Interesting. Damn, that's actually pretty damn good.
Wind strike.
Ooh, nice cooldown too. Starting to wish I had pulled for him. He might actually be better than Jean. Except Jean has that healing factor. What's this look like? Oh. Holy fuck. Kazuo is actually pretty badass.
I'm all right. The blade is performing largely as I expected. Having gone so long without proper use and maintenance, it's become very difficult to use. Though he's making every effort to persevere, I do not think he can last much longer.
If I weren't trying to get an all-female team going on, I would definitely regret not pulling for Kazuha.
How strange. Rather than trying to control me,
Yeah.
he's
It's called
instead trying to match
symbiosis.
my fighting rhythm. Let's keep going.
You're ready, Brock. The sword is venom.
Let's get down to business. Wind strike. No more.
Oh, nice. He's got some good combos for like dealing with groups at least. So like he's definitely a mob type person. Watch this, watch this, watch this.
Falling leaves. Adorn my night.
Nice.
Wind strike. My blade hurts.
Put high energy recharge on him? Fuck!
Something's up with the blade.
I can sense that his strength is slowly fading away. The blade is becoming more and more difficult for me to wield. He cannot hold out much longer. If he keeps persisting, he will likely break apart at any moment.
Oh, that'd be sad.
What would that do to Amino?
I will be careful with it. He also says he does not have any plans to give up easily. He's
Yep, no code.
still trying to achieve his goal.
Such a Canadian response. Bump, 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 bump. Look out! Alright. Now we have just one. Let's see how well you go against just one.
Clouds high. The birds call.
Alright, so still pretty good. Pretty simple, actually.
It looked like you were really struggling the entire fight.
Yes.
So Kazuha's got some great attack combat shit going on.
Grown a bit dimmer.
Even if it is a little bit simple and easy to use.
Near as impressive as it did at the start.
Perhaps this time we'll finally have a chance to see his
Pretty
true
basic,
form.
but then again, so is Navia. Navia's just basic. Oh, what's going on?
Is this the same blade as before?
Oh, that does not look good.
If you choose to continue in the state you're in, you wouldn't even be able to beat Samurai and Kairagi, much less the almighty Shogun. Maybe you did
Interesting.
truly wield power to rival the Shogun's light when first forged. But the long journey from Snezhnaya back to Inazuma has left you battered and broken. It barely needs stating anymore. Your ambition is a flight of fancy. I've finally figured out why it was that you agreed to my bet. You wanted to reach a state of harmony with me. For perhaps then you would still be able to wield commendable power.
Aww.
But regrettably, we are
The
not
blade's on a suicide mission.
I will never understand your obstinacy and cruelty, nor can I empathize with the one who made you. The only one who truly understood you had already passed away by the time you were born.
Huh? What's that supposed to mean?
Here they are! Take them down!
Okay, more fighting.
Where do they keep coming from? Yup. We can help this time.
Oh, good.
Don't worry. I'll use my own blade. It's just more of the same.
Oh, crap. Fine.
Let's get down to business.
Let's get down to business to defeat the Huns.
Wind strike.
Yeah, I actually wouldn't have minded having Kazuha on my team if he was a female.
You fought way better with your own sword.
You are a true Kaedehara in flesh and in spirit. Though we fought briefly together,
Wait,
you have seen me for who I really am.
why is the blade back in him?
No one knew anything of my story throughout my travels, nor did I tell it to anyone. You are the first person to know the truth. I thought that if I could achieve Ishin harmony with you, perhaps there would still be a ray of hope for me.
But in this too, you have failed.
Indeed. No matter how hard I tried, I could not attain that perfect harmony that your personal blade does with you. Too much time has passed. My physical state is poor, and without proper maintenance, I can only disguise my true appearance behind an outer sheen.
Okay,
Yours is the blade that took on the Muso no Hitotachi.
true.
And what a magnificent blade it is. Perhaps I shall never reach that level of glory.
Actually, this is just a generic blade that I picked up during my travels in Liyue.
What?
Forging and maintenance are both important for a blade, but they are not everything.
You're a sentient
This
blade.
has traveled the land with me for many years.
That's
and we have formed
something.
a close bond during that time. Plus, in the moment that I most needed it, I received aid from another power. Skill, blade, determination, and desire. All these must be aligned in the practice of Ishin art. There is something else I must tell you. Though your maker may not have been aware, your ability to possess your own consciousness derived from the power of the Tatarigami.
Right?
Tatarigami is a malevolence from the
Oh,
ancient
yeah,
past.
that is true.
It is the source of your mania and savagery.
So you've been given consciousness. That's the good news. Bad news is it's by a malevolent force.
Was constantly trying to seize control of my body.
I sensed it, but I couldn't change it. It is an integral part of my consciousness.
Interesting.
I resisted its temptations.
It's like nurtured versus nature.
But I do not know whether you yourself have any intention of trying to fight it. I feel a great sense of regret for you. Since you embarked on a journey bound for a destination you were destined never to reach. The moment you embarked on this journey,
he is handling this in such a Canadian way.
Could have ever unleashed your true potential. And yet there was no way for you to turn your back on his ambition. You have known this for a long time. It is the true source of your despair.
He gave me everything. My life, my form, my consciousness, and purpose. How could I possibly deny him his wish? I said to him,
when that guy's mouth is closed, it looks like there's a smaller face on his face.
Legacy. How could I go back on my word?
Aww.
I believe our bet is now settled. I have nothing further to say.
Where are you going, Kazuha?
Bye, Kazuha.
He now has neither the ability nor the motivation.
Look, you can
to
see
cause
it. You can see
harm.
it. Looks like he's got a little
Let's
little
give him
face
some
on his
time
face.
To reflect on things.
Oh, I just want to end this.
When I touched the
These
hill
stories
for the
go
first
on
time,
forever.
It's as if I was transported to a strange dimension.
And I can't fast forward through any of this
Somewhere
shit.
I've never been. A bladesmith lay quietly on the bed, his frail face barely visible under the moonlight. His breaths were weak, and his life near its end. A newly forged blade lay by his side, listening attentively to his final words.
Wow. That was the Blade's memory, wasn't it?
Interesting.
Indeed. While in exile in Snezhnaya, the bladesmith eventually learned the truth behind everything that had happened. The Ishin art had been dealt a devastating blow by the desertion of its best smiths. He spent the rest of his life in the forge, not to vent his frustration and hatred, but to atone for his actions. He felt intense regret at being tricked by the Fatui, but he could never again return to his homeland. His sole wish was to one day return his single, proudest creation back to the land of his birth. So he instructed this sentient blade to find a way back to Inazuma, no matter how long or how hard the journey. But he never wished to rival the gods. All he wanted to show was that they once shone brilliantly as blade and smith. That they were still worthy of being trusted.
So that's the true story. But after that, the blacksmith's intentions were worked by the Tatarigami, slowly turning his proud creation into the cursed blade of today.
Right. I believe the bladesmith might never have known that the power he worked with was that of the Tatarigami. The hatred within that power is what sent the blade down its ill-fated path.
True.
This blade has committed unforgivable atrocities, but only because it lost its original master. No one was there to correct its errors when it was losing its way.
Shame it's too late now.
Yes, it is too late. Time would not wait or stop because of his determination. While the world moved on, his ambition remained stubbornly stuck at that fleeting moment at the dawn of his journey. He seems to have calmed down, though. Let's go and check in.
All right, so
past. I can remember the day of my forging like it was just yesterday. I once told him that I would pay any price to fulfill his wishes. Such was the debt I owed to him for giving me the gift of consciousness. But darkness and slaughter numbed the mind. Over time, I lost sight of the difference between gratitude and grudge. Not only did I fail to fulfill his ambition, I also defiled it.
You are finally seeing reality clearly.
Since we agreed to the terms of the bet, I will honor the agreement and release Amenoma Yuya. But I still cannot bring myself to forsake his ambition. It is the entire purpose for my existence. So, may I ask you to help me fulfill the ambitions of myself and my creator?
Hey! Now you're adding yours into the mix too?
Oh boy.
Jeez, don't push your luck, mister.
It has to be done in this
Mister,
order.
mister.
At least hear what I have to say. And if you don't agree, I will still release Amenoma Yuya as promised. My physical form, as well as the knowledge I possess, should still be of some value to you.
His attitude has grown a lot milder. What do you think, Kazuha? Should we give him a chance?
Let's hear it.
Thank you all. When I was first forged, my maker was already terminally ill.
Sure, why not?
He told me that he had wanted me to have the grandest opening battle.
Opening battle?
After that,
like
I never rose
first
from
battle?
his sickbed again. Nor have I ever had the chance to prove myself in battle since. My fights were devoid of any noble meaning. They were merely the next step in my never-ending journey. The next in a long line of transgressions. You are a fine warrior. I would like to request your hand in battle and experience...
Oh, of course. Oops.
Oh. And who would be the opponent?
I will release Amenoma Yuya and restore his consciousness.
Okay.
Perhaps after that, you can convince him to commit to a fight with you. He must have plenty of reasons to both hate me and desire a good fight.
Sure.
Understood. Then let's start by waking him up and seeing if he has the stamina and will to fight.
So is the other guy seriously dead? 'Cause that would really suck.
I see. He used my body to inflict harm on others. I utterly despise him and his actions. But since he stayed true to your agreement by
I still want to know how he can see through that damn helmet. I mean, is it because he's so tall and he can see down?
Set this state of affairs in order.
Because he is
I'm willing
fucking
to put
tall.
myself forward. I do not wish to be a mere victim in this story.
There's no need to worry. We'll vouch for your innocence to the Tenryo Commission.
Thanks for your help. Who knows how this would have ended without your intervention.
All right, then let's move on. More Ronin could appear at any moment. We can't stay here. In any case, for a final duel, I think we should aim for a greater sense of ceremony.
Sounds good. Ooh, treasure. Do I have enough? No. 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 Why do I not still have enough? What kind of fuck? It is so expensive in those later levels. Are we gonna have a crowd? Because I feel like this is something that deserves a crowd. Ooh, treasure. Damn it! I was hoping to go bypass it and go to the treasure.
Reminds Paimon a bit of the Crux Clash.
The Ku Klux what?
Yep, we still can't let our guard down, even now. Paimon has a sneaking suspicion that blade hasn't told us everything.
I want to say that the Crux Clash was that Beto Vision thing.
It's hard not to feel a teensy bit sorry for him. Are you ready?
Ready? Okay. All right then.
Interesting.
Successor of Ishin art, Kaedahara Kazuha.
Successor of Amenoma art, Amenoma Yuya.
Honored
Blade
to cross blades with you.
Wants to go with glory.
Also.
Oh, I hope this isn't to the death. I just wish this game was a little less button mashy and a little bit more skill. Like, the balance between 4 party members, burst, and skill abilities. I mean, it's something. It really is. But it's not like Zelda, where you have to balance, like you actually have to do different types of attacks based on what you're fighting. Wait, what was that Canadian zone that he created?
Thank you for the experience. Although he appears battered and broken, in your hands it seems he's regained a glimmer of brilliance. His sense of savage cruelty has completely faded away. But that same sense of determination remains strong.
This is actually a really good storyline.
I'm sure he relished
all things considered.
There are a few things that I shall leave him to tell you himself.
Oh, wait, what?
I must apologize to you for all that has transpired.
I may not be paying
seek my
100%
forgiveness,
attention.
Nor do I have the right to forgive you on your victim's behalf. It is too late for all of that.
I do not wish for forgiveness. I only hope that you will see my transgressions as mine alone and not let them stain the legacy of Ishin art. I strayed far from the straight and narrow path, but the
I have
Ishin art
subscribers?
still has a worthy successor in Kaedehara Kazuha.
How do I see who my subscribers are?
Please
You
understand.
have 5 subscribers?
Yes. I too trust Mr. Kaedehara to do the right thing.
Thank you, successor of Amenoma art.
This blade has also told me that he has another wish. He would like to visit the Amenoma smithy. Maybe we can go back there together.
What does he want to go there for?
I am not sure, but I think that all this is about to come to an end.
Alright, where are we going?
It's Yuya! You have returned.
I am sorry to have troubled you. It's all thanks to them that I was able to return safely.
A prized Ishin blade. Turned weapon that controls the human mind. Considering their forging philosophy, this was indeed within the realm of possibility. This is a great pity. But I have some good news as well. Ryuji, from the Bonton Sango Detective Agency, tells me that they found the missing Mr. Nagato.
Really? Is he okay?
Please tell me he's okay.
Yes. Badly wounded.
Oh, good.
But he will live. And now that Yuya is back, it seems like the
Get a
final
wife and
ending to the story
kids.
is a happy one after all.
I think I know what you want to do.
What's wrong, Kazuha? Is the blade whispering in your ear again?
Yes. He said he wants to take control of me for a brief moment.
You want to apologize.
No way! Hasn't it learned its lesson?
Paimon, shut the
He
fuck
tells me
up!
that he's thought of another way to fulfill his maker's wish. And he assures me that he won't use my body for anything nefarious. I have decided to let him do it.
Paimon!
Guess there's nothing we...
Thank you. I will explain my reasons later. Okay. I am ready. Let us begin. Please, stay true to your promise.
Because the Traveler will fucking put you down if you don't.
My power is almost spent. Without him, my eventual demise is inevitable.
True.
But if I abandon the future to give everything I have in this moment, my physical form can be forged anew.
Everything? You mean...
Yes.
Oh! Sacrificing your consciousness for a physical form? Is that what you're doing? Creating a fucking badass weapon?
You were right. There's nothing that I can accomplish now. But
And
there's
some
still a
animal?
chance for Ishin art. Once remade, I will be a valuable resource for your studies. Ishin lives
Channeling
on,
his
its
orders?
power is yet to come. Even if I
God, if in any other RPG, this would be a super powerful moment.
blade, crafted by Kaedehara hands, it will still fulfill his fate.
Like, if this were a Dragon Quest game, this would be like the final weapon for the main character or one of the side characters.
My real name has been forgotten by all.
Masamune.
Shame to utter it.
Masamune.
Strong in my mind. Kagotsurube.
Okay, never mind.
This name is now yours.
Sorry, Squaresoft NX shit got into my head.
Rest in peace.
Damn fine looking blade.
So, that's why he said it had to be done in that order. His consciousness will disappear forever after fulfilling the bladesmith's wish.
Kagotsurube Ishin. It was the first time
Please
I ever
tell
heard
me that his
name.
signature weapon is the
It seems like
Kagotsurube
deep down
Ishinin.
He disapproved of his own actions, and thus chose to bury this name deep within his heart. Only in the final moments,
I have to look it up.
before his consciousness faded, was he willing to entrust it to another.
Seems like he really, really wanted to fulfill his maker's wish.
The same fervent ambition that gave him the motivation to keep going forward also fueled the stubborn determination that blinded him to the path ahead.
It's not.
Speaking for myself, I'd rather see him recognize and atone for his mistakes than see him punished for them. I understand. Perhaps this is a flaw in my personality. I've always been captivated by grand aspirations. Hearing his wish to rival the divine light touched something inside of me. Just as the sight of those who fought to repeal the Vision Hunt decree did. Your quest to face the gods and trace your sibling inspires me in the same way. After everything I've seen, perhaps these pursuits fascinate me a little more than they should.
Fuck. That doesn't seem to make sense.
I will continue to support you from this point on. Know that you will have my assistance whenever you need it.
Wait, shouldn't we also go update Kujo Kamaji?
Probably.
Oh, you're right. We need to tell him about the findings of our investigation. And it's also time to give him a response to the offer he made me.
One more thing to wrap this thing up with. Where? Where is it? Where is it? There it is. As far as the stories go, this has actually been a pretty decent one. Kind of like it.
You've returned. The Tenryou Commission has already attended to the danger at the warehouse. The investigation into Amanoma Yuya should conclude soon. I Do not believe he will be charged with any crime.
Wow, you sure kept your ear to the ground.
Good job.
Then we needn't recount all the details again. Now, as to your earlier offer, I wish to give you my answer. Please take a look at this blade.
What's this?
Nice blade.
Kagotsurube Ishin, a weapon crafted using a... By means of a series of fortuitous events, I was able to recover and restore him. I also promised him that I will continue to study and pass on the secrets of Ishin art. And so, it looks like I will likely continue with my journey across the nations, learning more about this blade as I go.
I see. I understand.
The Kaidahara clan has always been a family of bladesmiths, so it is only proper for me to continue on this path. Were I to accept your goodwill, I may find myself embroiled in conflicts between the shogunate and Sangonomiya. That would not suit me.
Yep.
You misunderstand. That was most certainly not our intent.
But...
I am aware, but I still desire to continue walking my own path.
Very well. I can understand. Then let's pretend this offer was never raised.
Good job.
However, if you should ever change your mind or find yourself in need of the Shogunate's assistance, please do not hesitate to inform me.
Great. Thank you for your generosity.
Where will you travel to next, Kazuha?
I'll probably take to the seas with Captain Beto again for now.
Sounds like a good idea.
As for my
I wouldn't
next
mind doing that.
destination, let's see where the wind takes me.
Not a lot of places, considering how big the map is. Hey, we did it! We completed 2 story events. Fuck. And I can make the cut. Oh, I can make it, or do I have it? Oof. Did a lot of pulling here. I think that was a recipe to make it. No? No, stop it. Quest, gadget, material. We're gonna wind up here. We're winding up, so just kind of a little bit of housekeeping at this point. Just a few, like, what's this, what's that, wrap things up. I want to see if that's a weapon I can make. Is that was the whole point, or did I actually get that weapon? I just didn't see it. Kitian cross spear, nice. And so that was an actual weapon I got. There it is. Okay. So the first thing I notice is that the refinement rank is in a different color. Because the max refinement rank has been reached.
love spinach.
That doesn't seem... Well, fuck. So that's it. That... I guess that's why it's not on his list of favored weapons. Alright, well...
Rosula's logo. It was designed by my mother.
Alright, so the whole point of what I was doing was to try to trigger some world events. Don't see anything actually triggered, but there should be one here. Not you. Not you. You. Fuck. And let me guess, there's no other Kazuan. It always says to be continued. But as far as I can see it, unless they got plants, just keep on adding to this. Like literally. So here's the thing that I'm noticing. Like Nahida, I have not unlocked Act 1 at all. But yet Act 2 is right here. Obviously, prerequisite would be completing Act 1. Which means when I don't... It was the same with Raiden Shogun. When I don't see Zhongli, I do believe I did Zhongli's Act 1. So we got Zhongli, Raiden, Nahida. All three Archons, by the way. Oh, Yoima. What? Did I do the first act of Yoima? I think I might have. She seems familiar. Like, isn't she like... Yeah, because like she's like... Yeah, she's like a... Yeah, I did. She's Fireworks Girl. Okay, Sino. Act 2. Lupus Aureus Chapter Act 2. Oh, wait, no, there it is. There, I was going to say, maybe they're connected, but not connected. I know. But nope, there's Act 1. I don't know. I don't get it. But that's all we're going to do for today. So. Oh, look, it's Sethos and that, and Nahida, and... Alright, well, that's all we're doing. Oops. Thanks for watching. 4 hours.